Touch to get there. Leg.
Is that right? Watch that lap, baby. Watch that lap. Watch that lap. Watch that lap. Let's box. Let's box. Nice. Beautiful.
B3 Picks TV, we back again. Man, y'all punch the like button, follow the channel, help the channel grow. Hey, we definitely working. Shout out to the Sports Talk Network, the People's Network. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Appreciate the lovely combos with Cam. Dr. Cam is already in here. Make sure y'all follow Dr. Cam. If you need that mental and spiritual nourishment, that good pick me up, somebody that's highly educated, follow Dr. Cam. Appreciate you, Doctor, pulling up on me. Salute to Barbus in here, Barbus Boxing Academy. Okay, I see you, Barbus. Salute to you, bro. Hope all is well. We're gonna have a blessed show today, y'all. As always, of course. Um, man, God is working on my behalf and moving and things are happening. So I'm thankful. And I appreciate all the genuine love that's showing up around me. Hey, and it's one day at a time. We got to do everything with decency and in order, and we're gonna be fruitful, and everything is gonna be multiplied based on the seeds that we sow in the foundation that we building right now. Now, let me shout out to Boss. Bob is already in here with it ready. Y'all ready to go off on Hitchins. Everybody gonna be cooking Hitchins today. So Hitchins, Doug Duarte and Lindorfo, nasty word. Well, that's the way it's looking. It's looking like, I mean, it's not gonna be any. I don't. Maybe they'll find easy fights for him. Maybe not. Right. But it does look like, based on Jao Pataya being stripped of his title, fighting for the Zuffa belt, more than likely Hitchins is going to be stripped of his IBF title as well. So we just got to see how everything play out, man. But yep. So Berlanga, Keith Conley has took his fighters. His probably his top two fighters right now, if I'm not missing anybody. New York City stand up, Edgar Berlanga, and Richardson Hitchens is going to Zuffa Boxing. So we're gonna cook on all things Zuffa Boxing, Berlanga, and Hitchens. Their potential next opponents. Let me bring my brother Free in, supporter of the channel, member of the channel. Hey, what's going on, Free? How you feeling today? Talk to us.
Hey, what's going on with you, man?
Man, just taking it easy, taking everything one day at a time. Let's kick off and shout out to AC already in the building. Salute to AC, support of the channel. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Uh, Dr. Cam as well, support of the channel. We need genuine people around us, so the supporters that want to see us do well, so we can grow. Get the membership if you can. Bless the super thanks and the super chat if you can. It definitely take a village. Let me kick it all with Free. My brother Free probably moving around. Free, talk to me about these signings with Zuffa Boxing, Berlanga, and Hitchens. What's your thoughts on them signing? And do you feel like this is going to be good for the sport, or do you feel like we're going to miss out on matchups with these two guys? Or let me ask you this, and let me frame it this way: Do you foresee? Um, do you foresee that that a lot of more people, more fighters are going to be signing with Zuffa Boxing, being that Paramount did give them a large lump sum of money for the boxing program? Free, talk to us.
Nah, I mean, shout out to TD. He was all over this. He was the first one that mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. Um, I don't know. I mean, because when you look at Richardson Hitchens and you look at Edgar Berlanga, Richardson Hitchens, yes, he's a champion, but he wasn't trying to unify with any of the guys in the division. When you look at Edgar Berlanga, he was in between promotional companies. He was looking to get a long term deal with a promotional company. So this probably the best fit for Edgar Berlanga because Top Rank got rid of him, and then Matchroom didn't want to re him up. So it's probably the best look for Edgar Berlanga. But Richardson Hitchens, I mean, I can't really call it with him because, like I said, this guy he wasn't trying to unify with anybody at 140. He made an excuse why he couldn't fight Matias, and then he turned around and fought for the exact belt that Matias had. And once Matias lost, we heard that Antoine wanted to get a fight with him. He wouldn't fight Antoine. So I don't know. I mean, they got somewhat of a name. I would say Edgar Berlanga has more of a name in the sport of boxing than Richardson Hitchens. Richardson Hitchens, he has a decent name, but he's not a major player in the sport. So I don't know if this is going to draw anybody over there to that to Zuffa because outside of the Canelo fight, Edgar Berlanga hasn't been getting really big money fights. Um, Richardson Hitchens has never got a big money fight. So I don't know if this is going to say, oh well, these guys are big money fighters and they going over there. Let me go over there. So I don't know if it actually draws any of the top fighters over there.
Yeah, and we got to kind of see how they're going to land do the weight classes free because if I'm not mistaken, they're not doing 140
No,
and
but
on
Richardson Hitchens was planning on moving up to 47 anyway.
right,
Um,
right.
now,
So
now Edgar Berlanga, being though they don't have no 68, he's going to either have to fight at 75 or he's going to have to fight at 160 because they don't have a 68 in that division. I mean, in Zuffa.
yeah, they say they got these guys for multiple fights now. Now, oh, so you said free? They are doing 168 for Zuffa.
No, they're not doing 168. So he's going to
Yeah,
have to fight at 175 or he's going to have to fight at 160, which he's probably going to fight at 175.
right. Okay, okay. So that's why they proposing the hot rod fight for Berlanga and then
Yeah.
Julian Rodriguez for Hitchens. Let's break both of those fights down free. And shout out to Bobby pulling up on us. Appreciate you, Carrier. Free, talk about that Hot Rod versus Berlanga matchup. I mean, we just seen Hot Rod stop Bosdick. He was the underdog in that fight. He came through with flying colors, stopping Bosdick at 175. What's your thoughts on Edgar Berlanga versus Hot Rod?
I think that's a real tough fight for Edgar Berlanga. He possibly lose that fight, maybe even get stopped as well because we seen when Hot Rod fought David Morrell, he gave David Morrell a real good fight. Um, and then he just got a stoppage in his last fight um, with his opponent. So that's a real tough fight for Edgar Berlanga. I wouldn't pick Edgar Berlanga to win that fight. I wouldn't pick him to win.
Right, right. I'm with you on that. And I'll be honest with you, if I was Zuffa and if Keith Conley, if they still have management, right? I don't know if Zuffa and Eddie kind of take over and Keith Conley is no longer their manager, but I would I wouldn't make that fight. Definitely not the first fight on Zuffa. It just doesn't. I mean,
Well, with Zuffa, is you don't have to say like you do in the regular sport of boxing. They match you up and you take those fights, or you won't be fighting.
mm, that makes sense. That makes sense. And they actually, and I believe they do have. I'm pretty sure these guys got a nice guarantee to sign with Zuffa. You know, I'm sure the reports will come out later on, but they're paying these guys to pretty much take tough fights. Uh, ain't no easy fights over there, but Hitchens maybe gets bent at 147. We'll see. I mean, that'd be good for Hitchens. You know, if he can get a big fight like Conor Ben, that would be good. We got to see. Now, yeah, the IBF. So Hitchens is pretty much gonna drop the IBF. He's not fighting at 140 anyway, so he gonna go ahead and relinquish the IBF and go to Zuffa. Um, yeah, I got Kerry said High Rod gonna beat up Berlanga. He dead serious. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I feel the same way. I believe Hot Rod will be a very, very tough fight for Berlanga first fight back. I think style wise, Berlanga, they might see things in Berlanga's style that could pose Hot Rod problems. It's just that Hot Rod has shown that he can really box at the top level, and he does have power at the top level. Shout out to my brother Prize Fighter pulling up. Yeah, y'all see we working in here. Appreciate you, my brother Prize, always supporting, always helping us grow. Now, Kale Create, shout out to Kale. Appreciate you, Kale. First super chat of the day, putting some color in the chat. Supporter of the channel, helping the channel grow, member of the channel. Thank you for your love. She says, Happy Wednesday. Have a prosperous day, guys. Let's go. I love that. We got to get some sound effects and things like that going so that when we get love, we can have some sound effects. But right now, it's just me. It's just free. It's just the family. But I'm thankful. We're going to build this thing up. We got some things in the work behind the scenes. So we just got to take everything one day at a time and take it all in stride. Carrier asks who Zuffa got at 147 to match Hitchens up with. Well, the reports are that they're going to do Hitchens versus Julian Rodriguez, Hammer Hands, the one that stopped ABS Griffin last year, and I believe he also had a good fight on Zuffa already. I forgot the name of his opponent, but he's already got a win on Zuffa. Hammerhands Rodriguez will be a good fight, good opponent, tough opponent, durable opponent. I think Hitchens more than likely will be able to box Julian, but we got to see. We got to see Hitchens at 147 before we kind of have confirmation on that. And yeah, Dana White. Yeah, Dana White got the guys, man. Dana White got Hitchens, got Berlanga. They putting out the ports, putting out the pictures and everything. I'm loving it. Shout out to my brother Prize Fighter, man. Matching the super chat, matching the energy, helping the channel grow. Member of the channel. Appreciate you, Prize. Appreciate you. Everybody can't do it. But we gotta set a standard. We gotta set a standard and listen, if you want something to flourish, sow into it. If you want something to prosper, sow into it. If you don't sow into it, you'll see. It's like a flower. It's like a seed. If you don't water it, it can't grow into a flower. If you don't sow no water into that seed, you're not gonna get no flower. So I'm thankful, man. I appreciate my brother Prize. Shout out to Coach Eddie in here, Africa, trying to get a check. Bulba said Kane Sandoval. Glenn says we gonna get Ryan versus Tio. I don't think we gonna get that, Glenn. I don't know. I don't think we gonna get that, Glenn. You might be jumping the gun. We gonna see because Oscar De La Hoya says he want Devin Haney next. He wants the green print next. So Ryan versus Tio. Good fight. I think just because they're both pretty big names in the sport, but Ryan and Golden Boy, they want to get that money, and they know that the zone is going to pay for that Devin Haney rematch. So I'm fully expecting them to pivot and do a 180 and fight Devin Haney. There's no reason not to. And we're gonna see if they put that out. That'll be lit though, Glenn. I won't be mad at them if they go ahead and lock in for July 15th. Hey, they said we all trying to get a check, Coach. Mandatory. You already know that. Come on, come pull up, Coach, and talk about Hitchens getting this new deal. Yeah. Kane Sandoval, he fight at 147. That's a good fight for Hitchens. Kane Sandoval is a good fighter, but Hitchens will outbox Kane. I like Kane Sandoval, but he'll get outboxed by Hitchens. Let me ask you about that fight, free, and shout out to my brother Prize. Let me lead this up real quick. What's your thoughts on that Julian Hammerhands Rodriguez versus Africa fight? Do you feel like that's a tough fight for Africa, or one he'd kind of be able to box his way to a victory?
I think Africa get beat in that fight.
Hmm.
I'm still not sold on Africa yet. I mean, he had a good fight with Zapata, and he got a win over Puro, but I'm not sold on Africa. I don't know what type of fighter. He hasn't shown me he has the heart to be a fighter, because I mean, you look at the two fights that he had, the two notable fights that he had. Those were guys that wasn't real tough opponents like that. Those were guys that he could have beat
You went out on us, Free. I don't know if that's just me, Coach. Can you hear Free?
Nah, he dropped off, man. I can't hear him. Look like he's still
You
talking.
you good, Free? Now he hears though. You good, Free? I'm gonna bring Coach Eddie in. Hey, Coach Eddie, how you feeling today? Listen,
Man, I'm chilling, brother. What's good, man?
hey, taking it one day at a time. AC, you want us to talk about this Devin versus Rolly stuff so bad. Now, when Bud didn't get no guaranteed money, he went and got that 10 million. Did he duck Bud when I mean did he duck Era when they was trying to give him no guarantee and didn't want him to know the books? He went and got that money and came back and got a 25 million guarantee. So I mean when you got guys that's multiple division champions that's proven in the sport, come on, man. That's a form of you playing around. You ain't gonna get a brother no guaranteed money. And he'll be the biggest fight on your platform outside of tanking David Benavidez. So we're not gonna do that. Put that money up. Let me talk to you about these signings, coach. What's your thoughts on Zuffa Boxing signing Berlanga in Africa?
Let's start with Berlanga first. Berlanga is playing with house money. Cause ain't no way in the world he didn't do nothing to deserve the Canelo fight. That man made what 8, 9, $10 million off that fight. Then he got another fight with Hamza Shiraz. He probably made a meal or two off that. So he playing with house money. Berlanga is a guy that Zuffa could use. He's the Puerto Rican Adrian Bronner. That's who he is. He gonna talk a lot of crap. He's big. Big guy. Fight a little bit. He's loud. He's boisterous. He got a big personality. So they needed somebody like that over there to put some eyes on the sport. You know what I mean? Break some eyes over there to Zuffa. Hitchinson, I think Hitchinson really, man, he just trying to get a check, man. Which I can't knock him for that. But it seemed like he don't really want no smoke with any of the guys over here. So he trying to go somewhere so he can be like a big fish in a small pond, so to speak. Because right now the market is flooded with quality names and quality boxers right now. But the money is limited. I'm gonna say that again. I'm saying it 3 times like Dr. Umar. The market is flooded with boxers, but the money is limited. The market is flooded, but the money is limited. And right now there ain't nothing out there for Hitchinson. He don't really move the needle like that if you want to keep it 100. He's a good fighter, but he don't move the needle. With the Oscar Duarte, when he fell out, he missed weight. That made him look bad. You know what I mean? He don't really have no marquee wins on his resume. And he's always talking, but he ain't doing no fighting, man. He's always calling he's doing the Keyshawn right now, man. And I ain't no shade to Keyshawn, but Keyshawn doing a lot of talking, but he ain't making them fights, man. You know what I mean? He said he want to fight Dale, but then we see what happened. And I ain't got nothing against Albright. Shout out to Albright. He getting a nice payday. And I'm pulling for Albright. I hope Albright wins that fight, like I said yesterday. But for Zuffa, this is good, man. You got 2 quality names, guys that are still young, that are not really past it, and they can get some longevity out of it.
Yeah, I'm definitely in agreement with you. This is great for Zuffa because they just need names that we recognize. That's all. They got a few quality names that we recognize. They didn't pick up Job Ataya. They didn't pick up Rayo Valenzuela. For all intents and purposes and the reports, they got Conor Ben. He's fighting this weekend. They got Mark Maxayo. Um, so and then they just picked up Berlanga and Hitchins. So they getting a quality group of guys together. Um, and we'll see. I want to pull up the reports real quick of how much money Paramount Plus gave Zuffa and Dana White and the TKO group. I'm gonna pull it up right now. You back free?
Oh yeah, my bad, my bad. Yeah, I had got a phone call.
You good? Free? Did you Let me add. What was I asking you right before? I'm tripping.
We was talking about Africa and his up in a possible fight,
Yeah,
and I
with
was just saying,
Rodriguez.
yeah, when he had the opportunity to fight Antoine and Matias, somebody that was going to give him a tough fight, he turned those opportunities down. So I'm not 100% sold on Africa. I don't know what we really have in Africa as a fighter. I know he has good skills. He has the ability to be a good fighter, but I don't know if he has the heart to be a great fighter.
Absolutely. Now, what it's saying from everything, the UFC got a separate deal. So the UFC got a separate deal. Zuffa Boxing got 500 million. Paramount Plus set aside 100 million per year over 5 years. So they got 500 million set aside for Zuffa Boxing specifically. The UFC deal, they say it's about 1.1 billion a year, about 7.7 billion over 7 years. So that's
I mean,
separate. But so
that
that's good. That's good money. $100 million a year. They can do some good events with that.
Yeah, and B3, I want to add this too. All this is money that they're using instead of paying taxes. They're putting it right back into the business. That's how wealthy people avoid taxes. You
Right.
take that money, you saw it right, because that's probably that's all they're using right now is tax money. Because Dana White organization is worth like in the billions. I think it's worth in the billions. I think 7 billion or some crazy number like that.
Mhm.
So $500 million, that's tax money. It's less than tax money. And they're just taking that money, putting it right back in the business. It's a tax write-off, and just giving themselves an opportunity to start a new venture.
Absolutely.
that's the question that I have. Is the company in Dana White's name or is it in Turkey's name? Because I know Dana White runs it, but I mean he's the president of it. But is it in Turkey's name or is it in Dana White's name?
I believe it's in Dana. Zuffa Boxing has been around for a long time. If you bought any UFC punching bags or anything back in the day, I got a UFC bag from freaking 10 years ago. And guess what it says on the bottom of that bag? Zuffa. So this is not a brand new company. This company been around for a while.
Zuffa is owned by TK Holdings Group. Dana White is just the leading. He's the leader for the boxing initiative under Zuffa. Nick Khan is on the business and strategy side. TKO is owned by the UFC and the WWE, and they has expanded into Zuffa. Um, they said the top leadership is Ari Emanuel, Mark Shapiro, and Dana White. The majority owner of TKO Group Holdings is Endeavor Group Holdings. They own over 50% of controlling stake in Zuffa. So, but yet TKO Group Holdings is a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange, and so it's Endeavor, TKO, and then Zuffa. So Endeavor. So we gotta look up Endeavor. The Endeavor Group Holdings. They
So
are
it's
the
Dana White.
primary. Nah, Dana White is just more so probably
He
an
just
employee.
No, I was gonna say he's the face of Zuffa,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean every company has a face that say, okay, we know this person owns it. It's just like when you have a majority owner in a football company. I mean a football team. You have a majority owner, and then you have other people that bought into it as well. The
Mm-hmm.
majority owner sometimes stay behind the scene, but they'll use somebody like, let's say, like Magic Johnson with the Dodgers. They use Magic Johnson, but he's a minority owner. But then you
Mm-hmm.
have a majority owner that's over top of Magic, but they behind the scenes. So everybody identifies with Magic. They know who Magic is. They're like, oh, Magic owns the Dodgers. Well, he partially owns the Dodgers. He don't
Yeah.
totally own the Dodgers.
1000%. He said Dana the fall guy. Yeah, if the fights don't go their way, they gonna blame Dana. Shout out to
Oh, most
Carrie. That was
definitely.
pretty funny. Yeah, 1000%. Everybody gotta have somebody to blame when stuff don't go right. That's a fact. Trust and believe. I don't care what organization you're a part of. You know what I mean? Somebody gonna be the fall guy if things don't go right. But also things go great, you gonna get adulation and praise too. Because now in the first year, being able to secure Jao Pataya, Connor Ben, now Berlanga and Hitchins, Mike Sayo. I may be missing some other people, but they doing, and they got Jaleel Hackett. They got the black Mexican Jaleel Hackett too. So
I
they
wouldn't
doing
I
some good
wouldn't
things
I wouldn't add Conor Ben to it because Conor Ben fighting on this
on
weekend's
Netflix.
card. I, yeah, I thought he was going to be on Zuffa, or that's what everybody assumed that he was signing to Zuffa, but it seems like he just signed to the ring card,
He did.
not
No,
Zuffa.
he did. Nah, this not a ring card. This is separate. Queensberry is doing this with Sella, and they doing it with Netflix. But Connor Ben did actually sign a deal with Zuffa. I'm guessing they're gonna pay a portion of his purse, but the reports were that it was a one fight deal for that 15 million. That's not the case.
Right.
That ain't
Okay.
happening. Yeah, so he gonna probably fight on Zuffa after this free. They probably was just they lending out his services for this big Fury card because it's on Netflix. So yeah, so he'll be
Okay.
yeah, so he'll be fighting on Zuffa after this for sure. Cause that's why cause if that was the case, free, Eddie wouldn't have been that mad. Eddie would have been like, okay, well you signed a one fight deal. I can pick you back up. Nah, Connor gonna be with Zuffa after this.
My question is, who we going to fight and at what weight class? Is it going to be 47? Is it going to be 60? Where is it going to be at?
Mm,
For Zuffa. For Zuffa.
right.
I ain't talking about this little
He gonna
Queensbury
cut
joint.
down. He gonna, like you said, it's a good Hitchens might be a viable option at some point, or it's gonna be 147 because well, depending on the
They're going
talent
to say
crop at
Hitchens.
163, but I don't think Conor Ben wants to fight at 160.
They're going to say Hitchens up to get beat up. I don't think Hitchens can deal with Conor Ben. Conor
or
Ben
Hitch.
has a little bit of
Mm,
that. He has a little bit of that Matias and Antoine in him.
mhm.
He not quite the fighter of the boxer as a Antoine, and he's not quite the come forward fighter as Matias, but he has a little bit of both of them in him. And I don't think Africa can deal with that.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. I feel like, yeah, yeah. This is a what's your thoughts on this, Coach Eddie? Talk to us about with us not Africa pretty much dropping his 140 IBF title, not rematching Duarte, not fighting the mandatory in Landolfo Delgado. What's your take on that? And just to answer Carrier, I'm a Hitchens guy. I was supportive of Hitchens. You know what I'm saying? I was happy when he became world champion. It's just now it's almost like he's not making the big fights that we want to see. So that's what's kind of regrettable about it. Talk to us, coach, about that, about Hitchens.
Well, like I said, he's surveying the landscape right now. So I don't believe he can make 140 anymore. That's probably why he's moving up. I think that's what the reason was behind the Duarte fight. He was gonna miss weight or strain himself to make the weight, so he was just feeling like garbage. He felt like he wasn't gonna be at his best, so he pulled out the fight at the last minute. Him moving up to the 147-pound division, he's gonna be on the back burner. He's not gonna get the top guys. He's not gonna get the Garcias. He's not gonna get the Haneys. He's not going to get, the Rollies, the Brian Norman. He's not going to get any of them fights, man. So he's probably just surveying the landscape. He's like, look, I'm going to be sitting on the sideline anyway. So I might as well just try to go over here, with this new company and see if I can be a big fish in a small pond and just get as much money as I can. Because, like I said, the problem is these guys today, they don't want to fight nobody but big names. So I don't see Devin fighting Richard Hitchens because he gonna be like, well, you ain't bringing them to the table. You ain't got no fan base. We know all the talking points of why a lot of fights don't get made. We see that already. Like I say, the money, it's the money, man. At the end of the day, it's all about the bread, man. And there's so many fighters out there. He just probably just felt like he was gonna get left on the back burner, so he just tried to go seize an opportunity. Try to be the first one in, first one in the door, so to speak. A lot of time, if you get in while the company, is at inception at the beginning, you'll get a better deal. You know what I mean? So I think that's all it is. It's just the bread, bro.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see. I don't see why Zuffa shouldn't be putting on a deal on the table for Devin. But see, I feel like the biggest fight for Devin is, of course, Ryan, and I think he doesn't want to look like he's avoiding that fight. But I'm surprised if they. That would be a big fight for Zuffa if they could get that Devin versus Hitchens fight. Um,
It'll be an expensive fight. See, with Devin, you're
yeah,
gonna play it. You're gonna pay a premium, man.
yeah,
And that's just what it is. What it is. But you're gonna pay a premium. So a lot of people are not willing to pay that premium. You ain't gonna get Devin for $1 million. You ain't gonna get it for 1.5. You're gonna have to
mhm,
pay through the nose. You know what I mean? So I
right,
think that's a lot of people just gonna kind of shy away from that. I mean, unless it's a big fight, like you said, like the Ryan Garcia fight, where that's a lucrative matchup, and it would definitely be a big money fight because people want to see it. But anybody else, they're not going to pay Devin what he wants to fight a Richardson Hitchens. We already seen them. We already seen the Rolly fight fall out because of the money.
right.
So I think that's what it is, man.
And salute to Zion. Appreciate you pulling up, Zion. Thank you for your love and support always. Now, uh, let me ask you this, Coach. Do you feel like, because a lot of people are saying, AC Carrier in the chat is saying that Devin Haney avoided Rolly by not agreeing to sign that deal with no guarantee money. I want to ask you about that, Coach, and I'm gonna bring Free in on that. Do you feel like Devin should have went ahead and signed that deal and tried to secure all his money on the back end, putting his faith and trust in PBC, or do you feel like being that at the championship level, having guaranteed purses pretty much for his last 8, 9, 10 fights, that was just a bad deal for him at the time?
Well, Devin been eating caviar, so it's hard to get a brother that been eating caviar to go back to fish and chips. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So it ain't gonna happen, man. You like they guarantee money, like the back end promotions. That there ain't gonna be no back end. We already found that out. But Ryan Garcia and Devin
yeah,
Haney, they found out that it wasn't no back end. So you think Rolly and Devin Haney's gonna be a back end? There ain't gonna be no back end. We seen that with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. They want, as a matter of fact, I believe Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence made more money doing it the way they was gonna do it. Even Errol Spence made more money because there wasn't gonna
mhm,
be no back end messing with Al Heyman, man. But think about how many people stole the fight. It's still good,
yeah,
did good numbers, 700,000, but it didn't pan out enough to get them guys what they wanted, so they had to get that guaranteed bread up front from Showtime, and it worked out good. But like I said, if you messing with Devin, you're gonna pay a premium, man. And unfortunately, you're not gonna get Devin in the ring unless he has a minimum in his mind that he has to get before he even think about getting in the ring. And I would say that minimum is probably $5 to $6 million guaranteed. That's what I'm saying. I have no
yes,
idea.
sir,
I'm just
absolutely,
I'm just throwing a number out there. If he ain't getting
right,
5 or 6 mil guaranteed, you ain't gonna get Dev in the ring, man.
right, right. And Carrier, it's like it's funny to say that, but you can't base it on that because yeah, some people they want to see you do well, but even Bernie came on here and told you, shoot, he likes stuff for free as well. People want free entertainment. They don't If they can get it for free, they don't want to have to pay for it. So it's going to be a segment of people that'll support you financially, and it's a segment of people that's going to want to bootleg your stuff and steal your stuff. It's just that simple. So if the
Let
Go
me
ahead,
add
bro.
something to that. And to be honest, brother, a lot of these fights don't belong on pay per view. They don't. Pay per view. What back in my day, grandmama house, no AC. This is my finesse 2-time boys. baloney tape, water out the water hole. Goddamn, pay per view was reserved for special fights, man. Every fight wasn't on pay per view, and a lot of these guys want to get pay per view money all the time, and it's not a pay per view fight. So at the end of the day, Dale, like I said, he been eating that caviar. Turkey been feeding him caviar. Now the market is resetting. He might have to get him a fish sandwich. You know what I mean? Like, is he gonna eat that fish sandwich or not? We gonna see.
Yeah. Now, I'm in this last deal was nuts, coach, because but it was the Ryan fight was attached to it. Two Ryan fights. But he been getting decent guarantees for a while now. But I see what you're saying, coach. Go ahead, jump in, free.
No, I was gonna say I agree with Coach. I mean, because coming up back in me and Coach time, pay per view was only for like um a real big undisputed fight or two real big superstar names. Like you had Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield or Lennox Lewis. Those were pay per view fights because those were two superstars in the sport of boxing. You had Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy Hitman Hearns. That was for undisputed at the weight class. A superstar in Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns, an upcoming star. Those were pay per view fights. The guys that they putting on right now, the casuals don't know who these guys are. They might know one guy out of the whole pay per view fight, so they buy it because they know that one guy, and that's the only way they can see him fight. But everybody else, they're like, man, who the heck is these dudes? They might not even know who the main event is, but they might know somebody on the undercard that's fighting. And they putting these joints on pay per view because these fighters are asking for way too much money, and a lot of it came from Al Heyman getting these guys away from Oscar De La Hoya, and he was paying these guys to fight. And another portion of it came from Turkey, giving these guys these super big purses. Now everybody like, oh, if I ain't getting 5, 8, $10 million, I'm not fighting. Like, no, you wasn't getting that before Turkey came around.
Yeah, yeah, that's a great point. I think it just depends. Like you saying, free. Typically, it's supposed to depend on the opponent, right? It's really supposed to depend on the matchup. Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, free. That Rolly fight. What would you estimate the pay per view buys to be on that matchup
Maximum, I
with a
would say
great
somewhere
undercard?
around with a great undercard. I would say somewhere around 150,000 because I mean, let's be honest. Rolly don't really have fans like that, and the fans that Devin Haney do have, they don't really buy the fights like that. And I'm not speaking for all. If you buy the fights, so be it. But let's be honest. A lot of these guys don't buy the fights like that. They either they steal it or they go to a sports bar or they go to their friend house and watch the fight. So that friend house that you go to, that's only one person buying it, but it might be 15 people over there watching it, but only one person paid for it.
Yeah,
So I mean, it just is. A lot of guys are not buying pay per view like they did back when Floyd and Manny was in their prime, and Oscar De La Hoya and those guys.
yeah,
Mike Tyson, they're not buying pay per views like that. These guys, like, I mean, you got to understand the cost of living went up, and so guys like, hold up, man, gas is $4, groceries then went up, my rent then went up, and you expect me to pay $100 or close to $100 for a fight that I really don't even care about like that? No, I'm not doing it.
yeah. That's just what it is. Free. Now of course the zone. We boxing fans and supporters, and we cover the sport. So of course that ultimate package. We kind of bit the bullet, with that because I mean they gonna pretty much have all the fights. and they said they was gonna give us 12 pay-per-view events a year. So that made sense. You know, $45 a month. We don't have to pay for no pay-per-view. It's just coming out with these one-off events, PBC Prime, you know, Amazon Prime Video. We gotta pay
Let,
literally 79, maybe 79.99
let,
every time
let
they
me
want to
ask
put on an event.
let me ask you this: who you think is a bigger star in the sport of boxing? In the sport, who you think is a bigger star? Rolly Romero or Loma?
Yeah, Loma.
Devin Haney and Loma only did 150.
Yeah. And that was
And
for
that was at a
undisputed.
time when gasoline ain't $4 or $5 a gallon too.
Yeah,
See, you got to remember this is entertainment, man. There's too many streams, man. Ain't nobody trying to shell out their money all the time, man. You know what I mean? People trying to eat, people trying to put gas in their car, man. Ain't nobody sitting there. They love boxing, but it ain't something that you just got to have. It's entertainment. Why you think people don't go to the movie anymore? Because it's luxury. Nobody paying no $20 a ticket to go see some sorry movie.
hey, that's why I get my ticket from my little what's that T-Mobile Tuesdays. I get I get to watch a movie for $5 if I want to go to the movies. That's only $5. T-Mobile Tuesdays.
We're not gonna do
You know,
that, Carrier. We're not gonna act like Devin and secure the belts to defend the belts and then bring them back to Vegas for Loma to fight for. Everything wasn't on the
no,
back of
I'm not
Loma.
gonna say. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that was all Loma. But the way people was talking about Loma, you would have thought they would have did somewhere around 300,000, maybe even 250, somewhere around there. But when the numbers came out, they said it was only roughly 150,000. So
Yeah.
I mean,
The
Devin
piracy
Haney
is
name was
nasty in
gonna
the sport of boxing.
yeah, the Devin Haney name was gonna rise. The way Top Rank was pushing Loma, you would have swore up and down they were gonna do somewhere around 250, 300,000 pay-per-view buys. That's what
Hey,
you would have thought.
even Tank and Rolly, they only did like 200,000, and that's
Yeah,
Tank.
it was like yeah, it was like two
Tank's the
fifty
bigger
or something
draw
like
than
that.
Devin.
Yeah, it was like 250, something like that. I mean,
But
so I
250 is
mean,
still pretty decent though.
yeah, it
That ain't
is.
bad.
It is pretty decent, but if you
Cause I think
looking
that's
at
about
Tank,
16 or 18 million free. That's pretty
yeah,
good
but I'm
money.
just saying if you looking at Tank and Rolly doing 250, and then you say Devin and Rolly, Tank is a bigger name than Devin Haney, and Tank has a bigger fan base than Devin Haney. So if Tank was only able to draw 250 with Rolly, I'm not going to say Devin is going to do 250 or even close to 250. I'm going to say roughly maybe 100,000 less than that. And I'm saying 100,000 less than that because I think Devin Haney's name has grown since he fought Loma. I think it has grown, but like I said, Rolly doesn't have a fan base like that. When Tank Davis and Rolly fought, that was majority all Tank Davis fans. Rolly don't got no fan base like that. He got some fans, but it's nowhere near 100,000 that's going to pay for his pay-per-views.
Absolutely not. I mean, as much as we would all like to believe and see something like that, that's just not the reality. So I'm definitely with you. And
Yeah.
and we don't know the reports. I don't. They didn't release the numbers from Ryan and Rolly, but even still, they had Devin on the undercard, Tio on the undercard, Ryan on the card. You know. So I mean, can you really gauge what Rolly's interest is? You know, with those three big names on the card.
Okay, B3,
They,
you
I
said
mean,
something just then. You said big names, right? What happened in New York City? You had all them big names on the card, and it was probably one of the worst cards of the year. Following the Canelo Alvarez, who was running at a close second. So that whole weekend was
and
trash.
you got to remember that those numbers they really can't give you the numbers for that card, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why they can't give you the numbers because If you bought that Ryan that May 2nd card, it was part of a bundle. You bought that fight and you bought the Canelo fight. They gave it to you as a bundle. So you really can't say, okay, they bought it for Ryan and Devin and all those, or did they buy it for Canelo? The numbers never gonna come out because it was part of a bundle.
Yeah, them brother Turkey had them guys fighting in a street on a Friday while
Right.
Canelo.
And Canelo fought the next day.
That was wild work. Yeah, I'm with y'all. I mean, I'm right there with y'all. It's just I don't feel like y'all saying it didn't make sense. That's why he
No,
couldn't sign the agreement. Uh,
if
but
they was smart, if
I
they
feel like they
was
should have found some guaranteed
they,
money to make that fight though. But PBC, like you said, they don't
if they was
believe that these
smart,
guys gonna
they could
sell.
have made it. They could have made a nice card if they were smart. They could have put all of those in event. Rolly and Ryan and Coleman, Devin before him, and T.O. before them. That would have been a nice card. You got all those guys on one card.
Yeah, it's just the thing that they was paying that premium for fighting in Saudi. So, like you saying, if they would have put in Saudi, would have made sense free. Even the Vegas fight would have made sense, in my opinion. If you, like you said, Canelo, I guess they didn't want the William Skull fight because they was going back to Vegas with Terrence. But um, I'm with you on that. I just feel like that was just something like a marketing scheme that kind of went wrong because the guys didn't perform to their top level. They was I think it was too much like of an event, like a kind of like too much of a circus. Even like them having like the way they even got to the ring. The ring being in the street. Um, yeah. So we gonna see, man. This it's kind of like unfortunate right now. Who had a good presser? Did they? Oh, they already did the Xander versus Boots. See, I can't wait to watch that presser. Let's talk a little bit
Yeah,
about that. Let's pivot real quick, y'all. Um, Free, kick us off on that Xander Boots. Are you expecting this fight to kind of be a sellout in New York? And do you feel like the fans are going to be backing both guys real heavy? Shout out to Bobby and shout out to Thrill Hill. Are you expecting this to have the fan interest and do good numbers at the gate?
I think this fight is going to be bigger than T.O. versus Core. I think it's
Ooh,
going to be
yeah.
bigger. I think because the Philly fans, they're going to support Boots. They're going to support Boots. And Xander Zayas, he has a huge Puerto Rican fan base in New York. He has a huge Puerto Rican fan base in New York. I think their numbers is going to do better than T.O. and Shakur.
What's your thoughts on it, Coach? Do you feel like this fight is going to have a lot of buzz, a lot of fan interest? Xander and Boots.
Absolutely. Boots is going to be a bigger star than all these guys, man. He's going to be a bigger star than Devin, Shakur, all of them. Tank, all of them. Watch. Because the way the dude fight, man, you know, he's must see TV. And if he go out there and put on, perform, and get this kid out of there, that's gonna catapult him, man. I'm telling you, bro. I mean, yeah, it's cool to watch Shakur go out there and pop shot somebody and 11-1 or whatever. Okay, whatever. Same thing with Dale, go out there, work behind the jab, but you know what you're gonna get with them guys. With this guy, you know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get somebody who's gonna deliver excitement, who's gonna do his thing, gonna put on the show for the people. That's what the people want, man. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be. I'm telling you, bro. If you go out there and do this boy bad, his star gonna catapult, man. That boy gonna be a big star, man, because he's excited. People want to see excitement, man. Yeah, and as boxing fans, yeah, we can appreciate the sweet science, but most people in that arena, they're coming for the violence, bro. They come to see somebody get put to sleep. They come to see a good scrap. They ain't coming to sit there and have to watch a fight with a magnifying glass to figure out what's going on. That ain't what they there for, man. You know what I'm saying? So and it has somebody tell them that that they don't know nothing about boxing because they wasn't entertained or something like that. You can't tell what people want. You can't tell people what entertains them. The most people want to see a good fight, man. The fight ain't no good. You're gonna get a jacket put on you, man. It is what it is. But yeah, this fight gonna be lit, bro. I'm telling you, man.
What's going on, Blaze?
Yeah, salute to my bro Blaze in the building. Shout out to Pugilism. Appreciate y'all pulling up, man, supporting us, helping the channel grow. Appreciate y'all. Now, man, Coach, like, what chances do you give Xander to beat Boots? Bobby even put it in the chat that he's more talented than Karen. What type of style would you implement for Xander, Coach? And do you believe he can come out with a win on the night?
Xander has absolutely no chance of beating Boots outside of this. The man slipping on a banana peel and hitting his head getting in the ring, man, or just landing this a lucky punch, the perfect shot at the perfect time. He's got like a 99% chance he gonna lose. I give him a 1% chance of beating Boots. I really do. He ain't got that. Xander, he's a good fighter, man, but he's basic. That right there is just a basic athletic black style, the way that he fight, stick and move. That's what your dad showed you in the goddamn in the front yard. Stick and move. Pop your jab, get off, move, stick and move style, man. Boost done seen that a million times. He ain't bringing that to the table that he ain't seen. Xander gonna be in for a rude awakening and he gonna get stopped.
Talk to us, D Free. What's your thoughts on that fight? Do you see Xander getting stopped?
Um, I got boots. I don't know if Xander gonna get stopped. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Xander is a tough kid. He's a tough kid. He's going to come in there to fight. I think I think Xander's going to come in with the wrong game plan because he's sounding like he's going to take the fight to Boots, and that's not what you want to do. Boots is not a fighter that you want to take the fight to, especially if you're not a real big puncher. Now, if you're a big puncher, I can understand that you're trying to land that one big shot, and the only way you can do it is by pressuring Boots. You're not going to be able to sit on the outside and box with him. But a guy like Xander, he needs to stick to his game plan and believe that his game plan is going to work. But changing up your game plan and pressuring a guy like Boots, I think this is the wrong opponent to change your game plan up for. They the same size, same height, same arm reach. If, if Boots hits you, he's in range for you to hit him, but you don't want to make it easier for him to hit you. And Boots, we know Boots can punch. We saw the power translate to 54. So we know he can punch. You don't want to make it easier. I wouldn't be surprised if Boots knock him out. I don't know if Boots knock him out though. I haven't seen Xander Zayas get hurt in a fight. I'm not saying that Boots can't hurt him. I'm not saying Boots can't hurt him. I haven't seen him get hurt. So I
Yeah,
don't know if Boots is going to knock him out, but I wouldn't be surprised.
he got hurt by Perez, man. Perez had him. He did the Tan Crawford in the Perez fight. He hit him with overhand. Them leg. They didn't go as
I ain't see him
bad as
hurt.
the
I ain't see
Gamboa,
him hurt.
but yeah, he did. He did a little. He was a little shake. He did a semi stanky leg when he hit him on the button.
Yeah, it's let me bring in Marky Dan. Marky Dan the man. Make sure y'all follow my brother Marky Dan Democracy briefings. Also follow my brother D Free Sports Talk, man. I appreciate y'all blessing
Salute,
the
salute.
panel members and supporters of the channel. Now, Marky, man, talk to me about this. We talking about Boots and Xander. How do you see this fight?
Give me one sec,
And
sir.
okay, do your thing, Mark. Now, um nah, Perez definitely is a tough fighter, carrier. We're not going to dispute that. Perez is definitely heavy handed. But I mean, I thought Conwell should have probably still edged that fight, be honest with you. You gotta go back and look at that fight. Conwell was landing a lot of big shots, but at the end of the day, when you're not moving your guy back and he's constantly pressuring you, you leaving it up to the judges. So I just feel like you're saying, Conwell, He ended up being a little bit too negative in the back half of the fight. I thought he was landing. He hurt Perez a couple of times in that fight too. But and then look what Golden Boy do. They put him in with a 6'4" Mexican kid that you never even seen before. And now had Golden Boy hadn't even brought Charles Conwell back. Charles Conwell, Olympian, an amateur standout. So that's just disgusting work by Golden Boy. I haven't seen they haven't put nobody near Virgil Ortiz as big as Perez. But you got to show up on the night, right? You definitely got to show it. Yeah, Kerry, that was the biggest Mexican we ever seen in our
Conwell
life.
need to go over. Conwell need to go over to Zuffa. That's what he need to do.
Yeah, 1000%. I agree. And fight at 160 for Zuffa. I agree. You say he did more than Conwell, probably so. Through I gotta watch it. It's just he was getting Perez is there to be hit. Conwell was landing some big shots. He just couldn't hurt. He couldn't hurt Perez. I like Perez too. Perez is a hell of a fighter. Definitely a durable fighter, strong fighter. But yeah, he's big for that weight class, man. And he towered over Charles Conwell. Charles Conwell is probably like 5'7", at 154, strong guy, but nah, that was wild. That was shame on Golden Boy. Uh Charles, we were waiting to see Charles Conwell for years. That's the first time D Free saw him, and he in there with a 6'2" Hispanic that he couldn't keep off of him. Free think the brother trash. People think Charles Conwell. That was the first time that he was really displayed on the airways, and he had to fight that kind of style. That was wild work. Shout out to Vacay. Appreciate you, Thrill Hill, pulling up Thrill Hill in the building. Appreciate you, family. Supporter of the channel and Vacay, member of the channel. Appreciate you, Vay. Make sure y'all follow Vacay Bay. Marky will be back, I'm sure. Marky probably he working at the law office. Shout out to my brother and shout out to the Virgin Islands, right? Now, Coach Eddie, let me ask you this, right? What do you feel like with Zuffa Boxing, right? Zuffa Boxing, like, is it just going to be three different entities now? We got Prime, Paramount Plus, and then the Zone. Everybody that's under the Zone banner. With the money, I guess, with the 500 million or over 5 years, or the 100 million a year, is that going to be enough to really put a dent in the Zone Boxing, or do you feel like Zuffa is just going to be a small commodity, and then people that are not like big names will just be over there. They got a few quality names, but no really standout ticket sellers have went over to Zuffa. What's your thoughts on Zuffa competing with the Zone and Amazon Prime? Do you see them as a powerhouse or just kind of getting their feet wet with this $100 million a year?
No, just getting their feet wet. It's another avenue for the boxers, man. I don't think nobody has the capability to take over the sport of boxing. Yeah, you'll have people that'll have larger stables and that will be able to attract more marquee names for a minute. But we see how fighters do. Fighters jump ship all the time. Fighters are the mercenaries, meaning that they're gonna go to the highest bidder. We seen Golden Boy whole stable jump ship. You know what I mean? There ain't no loyalty in this game. On either side, the promoters are not loyal to the fighters, and the fighters are not loyal to the promoters because it's business at the end of the day. So you gotta do what's best for you. But yeah, Zuffa is just another player in the game, man. You know what I mean? It don't really mean too much. It just gives the fighters another opportunity. The fans win at the end of the day, to be honest, man. Because now we got more platforms to screen this beautiful sport that we love, which is boxing.
Yeah, I'm with you. And Blaze talking about the event center that they're using at Apex. I mean, they got to get the matchups to sell out the big arenas, Like you're saying, like somebody said earlier, I think it was Bobby or AC. They don't have the opponents. They don't have those requisite opponents to make those really big fights. To even have any interest in securing a site fee or paying a site fee to go to a big arena. So I think they all gonna stay at the Apex. I mean, I would be with Hitchins and Berlanga. It just seems like they would try to do something in New York. I don't know. I don't. That just makes sense, right? From a like if you think about it from like a regional standpoint. But I don't know. It just feels like they locked into that Apex arena, what they doing right now. And I think they're gonna build it up the right way. I think that's kind of how UFC or one of the the one of the fight leagues, how they started just having one central location, and then they once they got a larger fan base, they were able to broaden out, and move out. So they probably don't want to pay too much in moving people around. A lot is right there in Vegas where they got the UFC facility. They got the UFC facility that a lot of people they can train at, and they got the Apex right there. It's probably easier to fly and house fighters and their teams in Vegas more so than trying to do it in markets like New York, markets like Los Angeles, where it's going to take a lot more financial expense. There's going to be a lot more a higher financial commitment when you kind of going in those other areas. Um, and yeah, kind of Ben is not yet fighting the Apex this weekend. He's going to be fighting on Fury's undercard on a Netflix card. It's gonna be Netflix. It's gonna be Fury's undercard. He's the co-main event to Fury Makhmudov. But it does look like he did sign multiple fights with Zuffa. So his next fight will be with Zuffa. I'm pretty sure they're gonna want to put him at the Apex or somewhere else, another venue. We just gotta see. Right, we do gotta see. So that's a good point. What they're gonna do with Conor Ben and Jao Battaglia. Like, is Jao Battaglia just gonna keep fighting at the Apex in the US, or are they gonna want to take him back to Australia? Um, Everything gotta make sense. I know for a fact the Australian, well, I don't know that for a fact, but maybe the Australian government will have some money for Jao Battaglia fighting in, Australia. But do they have the opponents, right? Who is he gonna fight? George Cambosos was able to get that money because they were able to bring American champion, somebody that, as hardcore boxing fans and general public pretty much knew, and Devin Haney, who is Ja, gonna fight actually. Yeah, you would think they gotta take him back, but it gotta make sense financially. Yeah, it definitely has to make sense financially. Now, let me ask you, hey coach, let me get you on this, coach. Tyson Fury is back this weekend. Tyson Fury is back this weekend, coach. Uh, what are your thoughts on Tyson? Do you feel like he still has a lot left to give? He wants to get the Usyk trilogy fight. I think that's the fight that they're kind of leaning towards. If he can get past Makhmudov, what do you think about him versus Makhmudov? And do you want to see him in a trilogy versus Usyk?
No, I don't want to see trilogy versus Usyk. The man beat you 2 times. And far as the fight this weekend, I seen the face off or whatever they did. I thought it was AI because Tyson Fury's hand is so doggone big. I said, "Is this real?" I had to rewind it because it's freaking gigantic. I said, "Okay, maybe that's why Wilder was saying something was in the dude's gloves, man." Because I ain't not seen a hand that big in a like since Sonny Liston, man. This dude hands is freaking humongous, man. But he's skinny, super skinny. He lost a lot of weight for this fight, man. So I'm interested to see, what he weighs. Look like he's like in the 250s, 260. He look very skinny, very frail. I'm not used to seeing Tyson Fury that small. So we're gonna see. I guess he probably trained pretty hard for this fight if he was able to get his weight down that low. At least he appeared to be very slim. He had on a track suit.
You said Tyson Fury 250?
He looked like he was 250. He was very skinny, man. Maybe it could have been the track suit. Him and what's the guy's name? McMudov. They did a little
Makhmudov, but
face.
see, Makhmudov is a big boy too.
Yeah.
So, and Fury is being too goofy. Like, I think he knows what he got in
If
Makhmudov.
Fury,
But
Oh yeah.
if Fury 250, he need to get drug tested.
Yeah. But
I think he
Tyson
need to
looked
get
real
drug
okay,
skinny though. He looked slim, man.
if Fury is 250, he need to be drug tested because I think he might be on that pipe diet. I think he might be on the pipe diet. Fury ain't. The last time I seen Fury even close to 250 is when he fought Klitschko, and
not
that
when the
And
was
and
Wilder
and,
one
and,
though,
and,
free.
and, and don't quote me on that now. I just from what the way it looked.
In
Wilder
the first
wasn't.
He
Wilder
looked
fight, he
very
was about
slim.
256, I believe.
No, no, the hell he wasn't. That
In the
man was
first
two.
Wilder, yes, he was. I can check it
No,
for you.
he wasn't. He was 275.
No, 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 no. He got bigger on the
One
second
of
and
them
third
fights, he was
fight.
like 256 or something like that.
Yeah, he was
He was slim,
256 in the
man.
first fight. Hmm.
That man was 275. He put on weight almost 300 when he fought him the second time, but he was like 275.
Yeah, the draw in the first Wilder fight, he was 256 and a half on the scale. Wilder was 212 and a half. And then when they came back for the rematch, he had already fought Tom Schwartz, Wallin, and he came in at 273. And then in the third fight, the trilogy, he came in at 277.
On
So
the
yeah, the
scale,
last his last fight was in Usyk in
I'm not.
December
I wasn't looking
2024,
at the. I
and he's
wasn't looking at the weight.
281 pounds.
I'm talking about fight night. I wasn't talking about the weight. I was talking about fight night. That man was like 275 on fight night.
Yeah, yeah. Fury is a big dude. Fury is, I think he's about 6'7". So yeah, it's
They say he's 6'9". Wild is 6'7". They say he's 6'9".
mm, mm. Free. What are you expecting out of Makhmudov? You think Makhmudov can win, or you feel like Fury gonna get him?
I don't know if Rudolph can win or not. I hope he wins. I hope he knocks Tyson Fury out so we can get rid of this daggone Gypsy Queen. I'm tired of seeing Tyson Fury. I'm tired of hearing his mouth. I'm tired of seeing him. The man sound like one of those daggone recovering cancer patients for cigarettes. I don't want to see the dude no more. I'm done. He talking about he's still the king and all that. How you the king? You done got beat up by Usyk twice, back to back. You ain't the king of nothing. You the king of cracking jokes. That's about it.
Yeah, this brother was blowing kisses at Makhmudov, man,
As
playing
I said,
around.
that's like he said, the gypsy queen. I don't call him no gypsy king. He the gypsy queen. I mean, it's been multiple times we done seen Tyson Fury kiss another guy.
Wow.
But
Mm.
no, I mean the Russian dude McMudal. I'm he's just he's just a puncher, and he's not really that big of a puncher in my opinion. I think he swings with everything he's got, and if he can land early, he might could hurt you. I think he's a front runner. I mean, we saw what happened when he fought what's my guy name? The guy that Del White side like all the time.
Oh, Agit Kabayel?
Yeah, Caballero. We saw him when he fought Caballero. He got beat up to the body. Then we saw him fight not too long ago. I think it was like mid last year or late last year. He got beat up in that fight. So I just don't. I mean, I don't think he's gonna win. I hope he does. He should because Tyson Fury hasn't been active. He's been out of the ring for what, 1.5, 2 years? Like 2 years since the last time Tyson Fury fought. So he should win, but I don't think he will. I think Tyson Fury going to win.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the lines on it real quick just to see how we looking. See how it's looking. Hold on, we getting a little feedback. Let me bring you in on this, Coach. Um, just talking to chat. Do you feel like Fury is a disgrace to the sport, Coach? I mean, just with his antics, or do you feel like and he's past it, or do you feel like he's still good for the sport, still entertaining, still somebody that can garner a crowd and kind of galvanize the sport at the heavyweight division?
Now, when you say disgrace, what do you mean by it? I mean, where's that statement
Let me
coming from?
see what Kerry said. Well, Kerry, I mean, what I believe Blaze is saying specifically like that Ngannou fight. Where he was like he was out of shape and he came in, he pretty much got beat, he got dropped. by Ngannou when they pretty much gave him a gift decision. We all saw Ngannou drop him and win 5 rounds, so he probably should have edged that. So just stuff like that. And then of course, the drug cheating stuff. We've seen him, pulling out, patting out of his gloves. He's had Deontay Wilder accuse him. He's on video with also his old sparring partner. I think it was Nicholas. Is his last name Asbury Free?
Asbury, yeah.
Yeah, Nicholas Asbury, showing that Fury likes to spar to get confidence, so he'll pull the padding out his gloves against his sparring partners. And then he also lied, coach, about that wild boar meat stuff, trying to say that he took some wild boar meat, and that was the reason why he failed the test. And then they had a lot of controversy with that. Um, so he has a track record of being, I mean, of course, you on the job for 20 years. You may have some bad days. He's in a pugilistic sport, but he's time and time again. That's not everybody's story. Everybody don't have that much controversy, that much cheating kind of surrounding them, that much manipulation of a side ability. Break that down for us, coach. Do you feel like he's been a disgrace?
I would say notorious, nefarious, and incredible, not in the positive manner, but incredible meaning lacking credibility. This guy, can't be trusted. He's notorious because he's always, in some type of scandal, like you said, with the gloves. The drug testing, the drug failure, the failing of the drugs, the skipping out on rematches, like with Klitschko, like what he did with Klitschko, what he did with Wilder, uh, ducking smoke. I'm gonna add ducking to that also because he definitely ducked AJ. There's no way in the world that fight should not have happened already. Those guys are almost 40, and you mean to tell me that fight shouldn't have happened? So yeah, he's everything that y'all just said, man. Disgrace is a strong word, but he's pretty doggone. He's everything that I said, you know, and what I said was nothing good. It was all negative.
I don't know. I don't think I got that sound bite on me, but carry it now. I'm gonna be honest with you, and that's why I wanted to say that. I was thinking about this. Being a man of God, a child of God, you should definitely have love for your brother. But that's where it ends. Like Fury be kind of going over the top, and he also had that situation where he was out of the sport. He was depressed, strung out on coke, and Wilder said he had to bring him back to big time boxing. Wilder said, "Don't you ever forget that he brought you. You know what I'm saying? I brought you back to big time boxing." He said, "Don't you ever forget." And you know what I'm saying? And I'll do it again. I need that sound bite on here. I'm surprised I don't have it. But cause that's real. That's real. And that definitely happened. So yeah, so Fury, I'm more so credit Fury for being able to come back from being in that depressive state, being over 300 pounds, and actually be able to come back and compete with a Deontay Wilder and a Usyk, and be right back at the top level. So I do feel like he's a phenomenal athlete. He's just a trained boxer. He's a natural fighting man, and the fact that he did overcome that obstacle in his life, regardless of who and what reason he did it for, he's able to provide for his family, and for all intents and purposes, stay on the straight and narrow. Now, if this brother come in free at 256, now that would show that his level of discipline and focus on this fight. Even if he's 260, even if, what I'm saying, just being healthy, like a coach was saying, he does look slimmer. He does look more fit for this matchup. So I think that's a great thing. I think that's a great thing. And listen, the brother definitely has did a 180, regardless of whatever. See, that's what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying, Carrier. Your past is always going to be highlighted, but it shouldn't haunt you. People are going to bring it up because everything is evaluated. People are going to talk about what they know. But as an individual, you got to ensure that you move on from it and don't make the same mistakes. So Fury as an individual looks like he's doing some of the right things now. But just in the past, with the Nicholas Asbury sparring stuff, that was nasty. With the wild boar meat not being able to fight in the UK, pretty much being banned from the UK and not being able to fight there. Then you got the Kinahan stuff, not being able to fight here. Then so it's just that it's good to see that everything is kind of it is a maturing process, right? So Fury's in a good position now, but that doesn't mean that he's always been on the up and up. Go ahead, Coach.
But look, even with Wilder, Wilder gave birth to Fury, and I'm gonna fault Wilder at this. A lot of this may be an
Yeah,
unpopular opinion. If Wilder would have took care of business the first time he fought him, which that was the easiest Fury you could possibly have beaten, a guy that jumped off the couch, overweight, smoking crack, binging and everything else. They picked Wilder because Wilder picked Tyson Fury as leverage for the AJ fight. I'm gonna say that again.
yeah,
Tyson Fury was supposed to be leverage for the AJ fight to give them a bigger and better platform when they went in to fight AJ. Because they say we beat Tyson Fury, your countryman. Now we can get more money because all that AJ Deontay Wilder stuff back, the $120 million, all that back and forth. Even Shelly Finkel said the deal was real, but they betted on themselves. They dragged Tyson Fury back. They said this should be an easy win for Deontay Wilder. Wilder wasn't training like he's supposed to. He wasn't running. He wasn't listening to his coach. He wasn't jumping rope. He was smoking weed. He was doing everything he wasn't supposed to do. And he went in there thinking it was going to be an easy night. And it turned into a trilogy, freaking horror movie. That's what it turned into. So Wilder should have took care of business right from the get-up. We wouldn't even be talking about Tyson Fury right now. If Wilder went out there and handled business and stretched him out like I picked him to do every single time he fought Tyson Fury, I picked Wilder to beat this man. And he didn't. The first fight, I thought Wilder should have got the nod. You know what I mean? But the
definitely.
other two fights, I picked Wilder every time out, man, and he didn't get the job done.
Yeah, I'm definitely right there with you on that. I thought Wilder should have edged that first matchup. With the two knockdowns, I thought he was using his jab to the body really effectively. But the thing about Fury is, I think Fury he gets away with a lot of showboating based on his style. Coach, he does that like a lot of showboating, placating to the crowd, and the judges obviously pick up on it. People pick up on it, and he'll win the story of the round a lot of the times. But that just what it comes down to. I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's hate carrier. It's just who you want to see do well. I mean, you gonna root for your own interest in life. That's what everybody gonna do. It's not that you I don't know from my standpoint, I don't know if coach standpoint, I don't know, you don't hate Tyson Fury, coach, do you? I don't think coach is saying that. Nah.
I'm sorry, bro. What you say? What you say now?
Nah, they saying it's hate. We just pick on based off who we hate. I'm like, nah, we don't do that. This is boxing. But I
Nah, I
do
mean, I
feel like
thought
we
I
have an
thought Wilder was gonna
invested
stretch
interest
him
in
out,
seeing.
man.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
and
why
I'm
would
be honest with you, I
okay?
picked them too. Hey, listen, coach,
Why
let me tell
wouldn't
you
he?
this.
We seen Tyson Fury get dropped by a guy named Nevin. Go look on Box Rec. The dude's first
Yeah.
name is Nevin. I can't remember the dude's last name. Some white dude hit him with an overhand right, floored it. We
Mm.
see Steve Cunningham weighing in at 206 pounds, floor Tyson Fury. So why in the world would you not think Deontay Wilder, somebody who's been stretching everybody out, is not going to do the same thing against this guy who built like a bag of milk? Why wouldn't you think that?
Mhm.
Everybody had Wilder. Everybody picked Wilder to win that first fight. Didn't nobody give Tyson Fury the chance to win? Go back and look at the odds. Everybody had
Right.
Wilder stretching Fury out.
Now
Those are
you got to
facts.
explain the second and third fight though, coach.
That's the second fight, bro. I said I picked Wilder every time, man, because I thought that.
Me
I mean,
too.
because
I think I
based off
did
the
too, coach.
yeah, I picked him all three times. I thought Wilder was gonna win. In the first fight, I did think Wilder won. The second fight, I said, okay, we came up short this time. This time we gonna get him this time. And then it was something
Hmm.
different. Then the third time, I said, okay, Wilder came in. He was looking big, in shape. 237 pound, ripped up. Had determination. He had got with Malik Scott. He got rid of Mark Breland, which I didn't agree with that. I don't like the way they slandered Mark Breland's name, but that's another conversation. And the third fight, Wilder almost got him again. That was a good fight. Wilder almost had him, but it was another long count. See, it's always something with Tyson Fury. Whether it's a long count, Jack Reed, because that third fight, Andre Ward was saying the same thing. He said, man, that's the longest count I ever seen, man. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that what I'm saying, man? It's like, bro, it's some
He always
shenanigans, man.
he gets the benefit of the doubt, coach. And let
Yeah.
me tell you this real quick. Like my pops, he was telling me before the fight, he was like, man, ain't no, and my boss, he ain't no avid boxing watching supporter, but of course, he done watched boxing for years. He over 60 now, but this brother was like, man, ain't no way this little skinny guy gonna beat that big old guy. And I was like, Pops, you don't know what you're talking about, man. Wilder got the right hand. Wilder gonna sleep this dude. And Wilder, he put all type of hands on Wilder. And I was like, oh Lord. But see, that's the thing, man. You gotta be objective with this boxing stuff. And Fury definitely had the skill set, Fury skills and intangibles on another level. I think Wilder, the power that he showed, um, it was just so devastating that it's hard to overcome the power, when you can land and the way and the accuracy and the way he was landing it. I mean, with his last win, he's just at 95% knockout ratio, and he went to decision. That was his last decision. I think they said Victor Wembanyama was like in middle school or something like that. The last time Wilder won a decision, the Manny Pacquiao versus Mayweather fight had not even happened. The last time Wilder won a decision, so he had been sleeping everything. Fury was just a little bit too much, and I feel like Fury should go down as one of the best fighters. Um, I want to say of all time. It's just of course, with the Usyk situation. Let me before we bring in Marky, coach. Let me ask you that because I put that out there. Is Fury one of the best heavyweights of all time?
Nah, not in my opinion. Not of all time. Maybe of this generation. Like we said, we
Mhm.
gotta keep these guys in the generations, man, where they
Yeah,
at. He's a good guy, big guy, but he's shown that he is a quality heavyweight. He beat, Dillian White, Derek Chisora, Deontay Wilder, fought Usyk. The only person he hadn't fought out of this generation is AJ. That's one of his contemporaries. Which AJ needs to fight Wilder and he needs to fight Fury. They need to fight each other. Just so they can go ahead and just do it. I mean, it's only right, man. Those are contemporaries and they need to fight each other. But not of all time. Not in my
he
opinion.
not. So he not top 15. What do you think? Maybe a top 50 heavyweight or top 30 heavyweight?
Yeah, oh
What you
yeah,
thought?
I will put him. Yeah, I will put him in the top. Maybe in the top 25. I might put him in
Top
the top
25.
25. Yeah.
That sound about right. Let me bring in Smoke. Smoke, how you feeling, fam? Talk to me.
What's going on with you, bro?
Man, you already know. We was talking Zuffa signing Berlanga and in Africa. And then we talked about Fury, of course, fighting this weekend. What's on your mind, man? What's happening? What's popping right? Oh, we also talked about Boots and Xander press conference. I'm not sure if you saw it.
I ain't see
Uh
it.
okay, yeah, I'm gonna probably watch it a little late on the day. Bobby came in the chat and said it went well. It was good. Uh What's your thoughts on that Boots and Xander real quick, Smoke? Like, is that like a fight that you feel like can go either way, or do you see Boots or Xander kind of being able to outclass one another?
I don't think Xander got a chance. I think he gonna fight. I appreciate him for fighting, but I don't think he can. I don't think. I mean, I don't think he can mess with Boots.
Nah, he can't mess with
I
Boots.
don't think he can mess with Boots. And I think it's Boots' time. And I was looking at it when they was like, showing that Xander got about another 20 pounds to lose. He was about like 175 pounds. I seen him jumping around, shadow boxing. So I mean, yeah, but I don't think he can beat Boots. I think Boots got him. I think this is gonna be Boots' time. $38 to spare. College
And we just had this conversation
What's
last
good?
night. I see Trader Go. God bless you, man. I wish you well. We never even seen you before. Definitely I believe in blessed to be a blessing. Uh Hit me up, man. Hit me up on IG, B3 Boxing Picks on IG. Let me just see who you are and things like that. You talking about your college fees. I mean, I don't mind sparing $38 for a young brother that's in school. So hit me up on B3 Boxing Picks on IG, and I'm gonna find a way to get it to you. Cause at the end of the day, if I needed it, I want somebody to give it to me. Just send me something about you being in school, whatever, and
Yeah, them
just send it
gas
to me.
prices are killing right now. So
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Nah, I'm just not. That's not for y'all. That's for me. This is my platform. So uh, the brother asked for $38. I'm just going. You giving a background on it. We just need to make sure you living what you talking. But yeah, cause that's random. But we gotta help. We gotta help young brothers. I mean, especially if they in school. Everybody don't have a support system. I'm telling y'all this all the time. So I'm thankful for everybody that want to sow into me and love me and want to see me do well. So I understand it.
absolutely.
I definitely understand it. Let me bring you in, Mark. What's good, AB? Hold on, let me drop the link again. For AB, just in case AB want to pull up. Any of the members that want to pull up and talk a little bit to us today. Um, What's your thoughts on Zuffa Boxing? And I know that presser. AB, come up here and talk to us about the presser.
Well, I wanted
Uh,
to answer that Fury question. But I definitely answer. You want my reaction to Hitchins and Delhi Boy Berlanga going to Zuffa?
yeah,
Absolutely. Well, firstly, Trader Goat, you know what I'm saying? Salute to you, brother. Blessings to you. You know, my mother came to this country from Grenada, was homeless at 17 years old, had a
mhm.
lot of support and help along the way to her journey to becoming a lawyer and has blessed me with a lot. So keep going, brother. If I could find a way to send B3 some money to get to you, I would definitely do that. I always want to see one. I don't know if you're black or white, whoever you are. If you're a young brother struggling, I want to see you do well. But I'll answer your question first about Zuffa. Um, I mean Berlanga, I don't really like. I mean that's not really surprising to me. I don't think Berlanga is that hot of a commodity out there on the boxing free market. So it would make sense that he would team up with one of Riyadh Season's partners, Zuffa. I'm not sure how much they'll really be paying him. But I heard from somewhere, or I think it might have been from you in our group chat. You said that they're sending him up to fight Hot Rod, which he should absolutely get knocked over in that fight. I don't have no faith in Berlanga. I think that he is not. I can't even call him a hype job or a front runner because he's been exposed, and I mean he don't really like last that long. I mean, against Hamza Shearer, like against quality opposition, like Hamza Shearer dusted him, straight wax, put him to straight bed, straight type of sleep. B3. I mean, it was vicious. Now Hitchins, that is an excellent fighter they got over there. I'm not really sure of the do. Excuse me. Do they even have a 140, or would he be fighting at 147 over there? So that would be one of my questions. And then who is really in their stable? But I think that this is Zuffa, and this is just my opinion. I think they're they're surely going to take over the boxing game. They have more resources and more money than anybody else to go out here and get these guys. They also have more stability and more guaranteed fights. They can give all their guys. Dana White guarantees all his fighters, whether it be in the UFC or He said on Zuffa, he guarantees all of them 3 fights a year. So it's not going to be nothing like with PBC where you on the bench for over a year and a half or 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And then the you saw the relationship between Hitchins and Eddie Hearn kind of soured because Hitchins decided he wanted to hit the free market and see what was out there. So I'm assuming, I don't know, that Zuffa must have came to him with a better deal. So salute to Hitchins and salute to Zuffa. Like I said, I think they're gonna slowly take over the boxing game, and soon the Muhammad Ali Act is gonna go to the Senate. Then it's gonna go to the president's desk to be signed into law, and we're gonna see some big things happening with the UBOs. We already see, excuse me, we already see PBC talking about they're gonna have their own PBC belt. If that happens, I mean, like I feel like PBC is really just setting up to try and sell their business to Zuffa. Like that's honestly how I feel. Like I feel like they'd be shedding any credibility they have toward, or not credibility, but any like investments they have towards the belt, such as the WBA, because we've always heard that forever that the WBA is we back Al. I think they'd be done with that. I think they just realized that the boxing business is not as is not as commercially profitable as it was in the 2010s when Al was out here paying for fights every other week, overpaying guys bags, and it was a great it was a pretty decent time, you know, when we had Earl Spence, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, all those guys, Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz, the Charlos. You know, it was a good time. But now they can barely put together 8 cards a year, and that's because that Amazon Prime, they've given them some guaranteed bread, but not that much. And then it's like they can't eat like the rest of the sports commodities on Amazon Prime, like MotoGP or F1 or the NBA or the NFL. They all, or the UFC, they all come out with with weekly to monthly content. The PBC, they just don't have the ability to do that because they can't pay for weekly to monthly cards every week to month. You know what I'm saying? So I think Al is a smart businessman. He made a pivot before. He pivoted out of the music business and then came into the business of boxing at a time when it was very profitable. When you had Shane Mosley, and then he got Floyd. You know what I'm saying? And now I think he's realizing, listen, Dana White's coming in. The political winds are at his back. He's got a whole lot of money with this Paramount deal that's for $7 billion. I'll do some business and I'll sell my company, and that's just how business works. I'm not. I wouldn't be mad at it if it happens. Obviously, I don't know that it will happen, but I just foresee it happening, based on how I viewed how the Saudis partner with other big time players in other industries, and then go on to take over and buy out other big time players. But that's my feelings on the Zuffa situation, and I'm glad they got Richardson Hitchens. I look forward to seeing who else they could get over there. Maybe eventually, maybe a Tiger Johnson or Rohan Polanco. Maybe they could get somebody, or Brian Norman or whoever. They could get somebody else over there for Hitchens to square up against. Now, before Pop come in, or maybe Pop already spoke. How I feel about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury to me, and I respect Coach Eddie's opinion. Tyson Fury to me is an all-time great. At the very least, he is a top 15 greatest heavyweights of all time, in my opinion. I've done my list multiple times. I gotta find it, but I could definitely fit him in for a spot on that list. He is a 6'8", 6'9" heavyweight that has very athletic feet, fast hands, very coordinated for his size, has power, and we've seen him brush up. And not only that, he has something that you need as a great heavyweight. He has that thing that Evander Holyfield had, that thing that Ali had, that thing that all those that Larry Holmes had. He has nuts. He has will. If he gets knocked out, I mean, I saw this man get knocked out flat on his back against Deontay Wilder, and then get right up and get right to business. Backed up Deontay Wilder and to me, I thought he hurt Deontay Wilder in that 12th round of that first fight towards the end. You know what I'm saying? So down to that Usyk, like I don't think people realize just how I don't think people give credit to how special Alexander Usyk is. Like people like to like Alexander Usyk, and this is really how I feel. He would beat most of the guys you have in your top 10. Like he is 6'3", 230 pounds,
Stop smoking
and
that
he's a
island weed,
southpaw,
bro. Stop
and he's
smoking
a
that island weed,
and
bro.
he's a
Stop
south.
smoking that
Stop
island weed,
smoking
bro.
dope. Stop smoking crack.
Stop
Stop
smoking that
smoking
island
sherm.
weed,
Stop
bro.
drinking.
And
Stop
you've been
drinking
talking
liquor.
too long. You've been talking. You can
I
shut up.
mean, listen,
Man
listen,
can't
boy,
be
listen, boy.
Larry Holmes, man. Larry
Talking
Holmes, come
about,
on,
That's
man.
your
man.
opinion. Well, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. So if you don't like my opinion, I don't like your opinion. How about that? It
Your
don't mean
opinion
shit.
sucks.
Your opinion sucks. How about
Your
that?
opinion sucks.
That's
Hold on, let
why.
me
That's
get in
why
here,
North
yo.
Carolina sucks.
Whoa,
Okay,
whoa,
Really.
whoa. Now
your
you
island sucks.
hold
That's
on,
why when the
Marky,
hurricane
Marky,
hit,
Marky. Now
Nah,
y'all
they
everybody
doing
gonna
too
said,
much.
disrespect. I'm gonna disrespect right back. I don't
Now,
care how they
now, hold
feel.
on. Why you gonna disrespect the whole UNC though? Come on, bro. The whole Carolina. We
yeah,
can't do
because
that.
Man,
he's
We
a
can't do
giant.
man,
that,
That's
Mark.
why.
to hell with the baby
Hold
blues.
on.
That's
Hold
why.
Respectfully.
on,
That's
bro.
Nah,
excuse.
disrespectfully. That's
That's
We
how
ain't
I
doing
feel.
all that, Mark. You doing
that's
too
what
much
cuz
right
Nah,
now.
do when
I
they
don't care
can't.
how these dudes feel.
That's what cuz do when
How
they can't
dare you
win,
say Usyk could beat Larry Holmes?
or they
Oh,
feel
don't say
or
that.
they
Y'all
feel like
both sound like y'all
they don't
about to
like when
cry.
Goddamn crybaby.
they don't
Y'all
like
both sound like
when
y'all
you give them
got
any
tears in
pushback.
y'all eyes.
When you give them any
Nah.
pushback, they get personal.
Sherm smoking boy. Don't tell me what my opinion matters.
Your
Your
mama
opinion don't
smokes
matter.
sherm. Your mama smokes sherm.
Your daddy smoked Sherm.
You know
Okay,
what I'm
now
saying?
see,
Mama
see.
smokes something else on the knees too, since you want to get personal.
Oh
Your
my
grandmother
goodness.
smoked something else on her
Hey,
knees.
whatever. Maybe she
Boy.
did, but I know your mama did. That's how she got the
Hold
dysfunction.
on, hold on. Are we gonna
My
be able to
mama
get
a
this back
lawyer,
in
boy.
order? Are we gonna
That's
be able
why
to get
she
this
got
back in
there.
order,
That's why
Mark?
she got there.
Mark, you gonna respect your elders? I thought Pop's supposed to be your
Nah,
man. Ain't
elders
Pop your
don't show
man?
respect. I was
Ain't
talking.
Pop's your
I let
man?
him go and give his opinion.
Pop
Ain't
like
Pop
27.
your bro? Come
Mark
on,
like
Mark.
47.
Man, what is y'all doing right now, bro? You don't sound
How
crazy.
old you say I am, John?
Appreciate you pulling
You
up.
What is
talk
y'all
like you
doing?
Let's
27.
get in
I'm
order, man.
45, my guy.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, we're
26.
not doing that. We're not doing that. Can we move on
Hey,
past
well,
it?
I just want to make it clear. I didn't start it. That's all I'm saying.
We
But that's
moving
my
on, right?
opinion. I got Fury in my top 15. To me, he's an all-time great. And the old heads can have their opinion. They hate on everything else from this generation, so I don't expect nothing different. Go ahead.
He's not even from this generation. He's not.
Boy,
He's
oh
from
boy.
her. He's not. He lingering around.
He not even from this generation.
He's
He
not.
not.
He's not from this
He
generation.
not.
He's not.
I don't think he is personally. Who you said Tyson Fury?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been trying to play me
Uh,
since the beginning of the time trying to
I don't think
tell
he's a
my
top.
story.
I don't think he's a
This
top
my
10.
story.
I don't think he has. I don't think he's a top 15 heavyweight of all time. But it's all an opinion because they'll never fight. So
You talking about Usyk?
now, I mean, if you want to put Usyk in there, I don't have a problem with that. But my list,
He's the best heavyweight of this era.
he won't be on my top 15 heavyweight list, and that's okay. It's no slouch to Usyk. It's cool. I rock with Usyk, but he just won't be on my top 15 heavyweight list. He might make it, but I doubt it because there's a lot of heavyweights that I like. From Tyson to like Lennox and Riddick Bowe especially. Um, all of the brothers Foreman. I mean, you could go on and on and on, man. You can go back. You can go throwback. I ain't want to go too far back, but you know what I'm saying. But you can. It's a lot of people that'll be in front of him, bro.
Man, Ray Mercer will knock him out.
Ray Mercer couldn't knock out a 40-year-old Larry Holmes. You smoking dope.
Man, I mean, if he touch him right, but it's more than likely I probably would go with Usyk in that one. But Ray definitely, if Ray touch him, he definitely might go out. That's a fact. Merciless Ray Mercer, he can crack, bro, and he just throw looping like he would go crazy. You see what he did to Hitman? Matter of fact, Merciless got one of the best top 10 knockouts of all time. We still watch that highlight to this day. How he melted Morrison. All of y'all watch it to this day. That's
Yeah,
a fact.
Day.
that was a brutal. That
Yeah,
was a brutal.
the young brother
Brutal.
that reached out. Shout out to Trey. Think he's gonna give me his information. Um,
The Gonad Gobbler King himself.
Foreman, Frazier, Carrier said this is his list, so doesn't have to be. You don't have to agree with it. But he got
yeah, he's
said
coming up a little
Riddick,
short.
Foreman, Frazier, Holmes, Mike, Jack Johnson, Vitali, Vlad, and Kenny Norton. That you got Liston and Floyd Patterson, Kenny Norton. See, I can't put Usyk in front of them like them guys. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean, but I mean, it's your opinion. If Marky wants to have Usyk on his list, Marky's a little bit younger, so it's okay. It doesn't got to be,
No, I'm
you
the
know.
historian of this stuff. Usyk would beat
Yeah, but it
anything
doesn't
better than
matter.
Cass. That guy is six
Nah.
foot three, 230 pounds, and a southpaw. Most of those dudes in that era did not fight southpaws. They specifically duck
Who gave
southpaws.
you that
A
title,
dude like
historian,
Usyk
yeah?
would melt most of them,
Uh, uh,
including Jack Johnson, who came from an era where dudes wrestled and punched occasionally.
All right, what about Floyd then? You think he could beat Floyd?
Floyd Patterson,
Yeah.
yes.
Bro.
They hid Floyd Patterson from Sonny Liston for years.
You think he could beat Larry?
Larry Holmes, that's a 50-50. Larry was in a lot of wars, but
How
that's a
about this one?
50-50.
Do you think he could beat Vitali Klitschko?
I'd take Vitaly in that fight. I'd take
So
Vitaly.
I'm see what I'm
But
saying. How about
Vitaly,
Foreman
George Foreman,
with the Afro order ball one? Either way, he gonna melt Usyk
if he
with his
nah,
body shots.
if he got past if Usyk could get past round 5, I would give it to I'd give it to Usyk. But if Foreman could catch him within that time, I would give it to Foreman.
I think Foreman will stop him probably in the 8th or 9th round with the body work and the punch output that Foreman had and the chin that he had. I don't think Usyk could hurt Foreman at all. But I think Foreman will
Usyk is
punish him.
big. Usyk was bigger than Foreman at his prime.
Man, how about Lennox Lewis?
No,
Hell
I got
no.
Lennox Lewis versus best just by everybody.
How about Evander?
No.
That's
See
a
what I'm
toe to
saying?
toe.
So
Them
That's a toe to toe
headbutts,
war.
he
so I'm
not about to
saying, so you
get past
see
them
what I'm
headbutts.
saying? Do you see my point, Mark? That's a lot of people I just named right there.
You name
But
like
you know,
three.
your list is your list. You know, I ain't hating on it. I don't think you have a bad list. I was just listening to y'all before y'all started going crazy. But you know, your list ain't bad. You know, because I agree with a lot of people on your list. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. Could be all good. We agree to
wasn't a
disagree.
list. It wasn't a list. It was. He said he think
It was
that.
an opinion, and they
Well,
got
you know,
mad.
I'm opinion.
Hold on, man. He said that he think that Usyk would beat your top 10 on anybody else's
Most,
list.
No,
Mm.
most,
no, not even most.
in your opinion.
Mm.
In
Well,
my
see
opinion
that
as
that's
well.
what so that's why I went through those names like Lennox Lewis, George Foreman, and the names we went through. And you was pretty much like, no, 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 maybe. You know what I'm saying? I could keep going. You know what I mean? Can he beat Riddick Bowe? Probably
Yeah,
not. No
yeah,
way. Oh,
Uh,
no way. In shape
real
Riddick
quick.
Bowe destroys this guy, bro.
yeah. In shape, Riddick Bowe.
Okay, so we
Can he
talking about
beat
prime for
any of
prime.
them in a 15-round fight that he never even?
It's
Well, a prime Riddick
let me
Bowe,
let
a
Cr-
Well,
prime Riddick Bowe fought a 205 pound Evander Holyfield. Once again, Usyk is 230 pounds.
But you don't think
It's
Usyk
no
can
size
beat
difference,
Evander though?
and it's a southpaw.
You said you don't think Usyk can beat Evander though. You said Evander would beat him.
But it's difficult for Evander. It's three different versions of Evander. You got the Evander that moved up and fought Foreman and fought and knocked out Buster Douglas.
I'm
Then you
talking
got
about the
the
heavyweight.
Royd event. Hold on, Prize. Then you got the roided up Evander that came back and beat Tyson and beat Michael Moore. Then you got the third version of Evander that beat Johnny Ruiz.
He ain't beat Michael
I
Moore.
get
He lost to Michael Moore.
Yes, he did.
Michael Moore
No, he
knocked him
knocked
out.
out. No, he knocked out Michael Moore in the second
No.
fight. Do your
Who?
history.
Oh, they fought twice?
Yes.
Yeah.
let me bring in Crush the Legend. Let me just say what's up to Rick, man. Rick, appreciate you pulling up. Man, thank y'all for blessing the panel really with viewership. You know, we are definitely a growing channel. We a young channel. We don't, you're gonna hear a little bit of back and forth, but we don't be doing no cursing. We be respecting each other as men. So we don't be wanting to get too far to bounce. And shout out to fans. Is it fans over the games? Fans off the games? What's going on, family? Appreciate you pulling up. Jump in, Crush. I know Ja wanted to cook a little bit, but phased and pulled up on us. Go ahead and jump in, Crush.
Hey man, salute to everybody, the entire panel in the
What up,
chat.
OG Crush?
I hear y'all talking
Good show
about.
this morning.
Oh, thank you, man. I
Phenomenal
didn't
show.
expect
I
it
can't
to
interact,
go.
but I'm listening and I smashed the like button. So always remember that.
I expect to go 4.5. I haven't did that in a
You know
while,
what I
bro.
have to. You know what I be having to do in the morning. You already know what
I
type of
already
time
know,
I'm.
Prize. I already know, bro. As long y'all, I know y'all there. Y'all there. I
Mhm.
know. Yeah, but anyways, I ain't expect to go that damn long, but it was
Actually,
cool.
because it got lit real quick. But go ahead, my
Yeah,
bad.
it got lit. Definitely, I appreciate that. Y'all made it lit. Um, Talking about Usyk and how he would fare against some heavyweights of the past decades and years. I hear everybody cooking. I like Usyk, like him a lot. But when I look at Usyk and been watching everything he's done from cruiserweight to heavyweight, and when I look at um the best heavyweights to ever bless the ring before him, I'm gonna be honest, I don't have him really beating a lot of those guys. I mean, even with the names that y'all are saying, and I didn't disagree with nobody's name, he may not beat a lot of those guys. This is respectful. I like him. They different type of heavyweights, man. You can't base it off of what he's been facing. You got to go with what you listen. And they prime,
Mm-hmm.
not beating those dudes.
Mm-mm.
Might beat some second tier guys. But I don't see him beating the Holmes. Hell no.
Mm-mm.
What? The
Mm-mm. No
pistol
way.
jab master, the diabolical jab wizard. You out of your mind.
Yeah.
You out of your mind. Okay? Forget that. I respect my opinion, respect me out of your mind. You better go back and watch. If you love the jab, you know what I'm talking about. All right. He his head don't be on no swivel like that to be getting away with no goddamn piston jab from Larry Holmes. Show me. All right. I think the most head movement we seen from a heavyweight at some point in time outside Muhammad Ali when he felt like doing was Mike Tyson. What we talking about? When he was
Can't even say Mike.
And footwork too.
His
and
footwork
footwork.
was crazy.
And footwork was crazy. Probably one of the fastest heavyweights I've seen. He might have a chance against Ken Norton. I give him a chance against Ken Norton.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when you talk about Evander Holyfield, a Riddick Bowe, a Lennox Lewis, heck no. No, 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 no. By any wildest imagination on your highest natural high day. No. You're getting taken to school. Ray Mercer, if he cracking, he's going to hurt him. It
Mm-hmm.
ain't a man that Ray Mercer did not hurt. That's why we didn't see Ray Mercer in the wing with some of those upper echelon heavyweights, and there was so many of them. That man was a risk to be risky with.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to hurt you, and he got some of the most embarrassing knockouts. I love his classics, man. You go
Mm-hmm.
pull up the realm of Ray Mercer highlights. You might feel a little different if you don't already. Um, yeah, I don't see too many guys. Floyd Patterson, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
maybe. It is
Floyd can
not a
rumble.
yeah. I'm just looking at his style for style or whatever. You know what I mean?
I give Mark that one.
And because I said that Floyd Patterson, because he wasn't one of the most durable guys,
Mm-hmm.
heavyweights. This is what I'm basing it on. But we going off of durability and everything else. I ain't got him beaten to me, those guys, man. He might fare against like a Burt Cooper, those type of guys. Um,
Pinkleton.
yeah, yeah. Pinklin Thomas, he may fare against those type of guys, a Bone Crusher, those type of guys.
I don't know. Bone Crusher was tough and big.
That's
He
why
ain't
I
going
said maybe.
nowhere.
That's why I said maybe. You know what I
You
mean?
see, he wasn't scared of Mike. He rumbled Mike.
A Bone Crusher wasn't afraid of no daggone body,
Right.
man. you know, um, and there wasn't a lot of guys that was afraid of Mike. Let's just keep that real. None of them real dudes was afraid of Mike Tyson. See
Mm-mm.
what happened when he got in the ring with him.
He could
Just
beat the
man out.
boy Mitch Blood Green, Mark.
Mitch.
Yeah. So
Oh,
what I'll say,
he'd probably get Mitch Green. I could see him.
Carrier said Ernie Shavers. Can he
what
beat Ernie?
He
what
might.
I'll
Mark.
say to
Yeah,
you, what I'll say to you, Crush OG, Larry Holmes. You could argue Larry Holmes lost to an old Ken Norton. You could
yeah,
really make that argument. And that's one of
yeah.
the greatest fights I ever seen in my entire life. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying that diminishes Larry Holmes in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But Larry Holmes had a lot of tough fights in his career. He is the jab master. He did have excellent footwork. But Larry Holmes is not no immaculate type boxer. He almost got knocked out
What?
again by a old Ernie Shavers. Old. Damn near almost got launched by Mike Weaver. Ronaldo Snipes almost put him to bed. And that's a dude
Yeah.
Larry Holmes should have never, ever had no problems with. Just being honest, for the type of fighter that Larry Holmes is.
They was
So
doing other
that's
stuff
my
behind the
only
scenes, Mark,
that's
like
my only
partying.
problem when y'all try to make the old fighters seem like they were like just these legendary immaculate man. There can't nobody touch them at all. Oh, you so stupid for even saying Usyk himself will rock anybody and will rumble with any of these dudes. On top of the fact, Usyk is bigger than 90% of these dudes on this list and potentially is more athletic than 90% of them. And Floyd Patterson, that's not even a question. Floyd Patterson got dusted by Ignomar Johansson.
Yeah.
Ignomar Johansson is not touching an Usyk at all whatsoever. Not at
Yeah.
all. So that's my only problem. And then niggas want to talk about, or excuse me for person B3. And then people want to talk about, oh, you on drugs for even mentioning that. Nah, you don't know heavyweight history like I know it. I watch most of these fights. I watch most of these fighters respectfully. So respect my opinion. I respect y'all's. It's no problem for me.
I like that.
Well,
Marky Dad. Real quick.
yeah, Mark, chat grinding you up.
I don't
uh,
care. Aircraft carrier don't got the nuts to come on here and debate me. I
oh,
ain't even watching that
oh.
It ain't
bullshit.
even it wasn't even Carrier.
Was it
Or
carry?
anybody. Come up here and debate me if you're a man.
You gonna
Uh-oh.
get the brothers to pull up.
Hey, y'all know Marky Dan, the wild Caribbean is with the smoke.
Yes,
What's up?
indeed.
I think David Two will get him.
Oh,
That's a good one.
that's a good one.
A real good one. I'll
That's a
probably
good
go
one.
with Usyk in that one though. But Tua, I don't know, man. Tua was cracking when he was coming,
Nah, David
when he
Tua
was
is a bad
undefeated.
boy.
When he was coming, when
You
he
can get
first, that's why
anybody.
I said, Mark, it's hard to put I'm not like I don't have a problem with your list because I thought your list was pretty solid. My thing is this: I just cannot find
Let me make my
15 of the
list.
heavyweights. 15 heavyweights. I can name 15 heavyweights that's way better than Usyk. So I can't put him in the top 15 heavyweights of all time. I can't do it.
Way
Now he's
better
a
is crazy.
yeah, way better. Like Lennox Lewis is way better. Riddick Bowe is
That's
way
one.
better.
No, you're not.
What?
Riddick Bowe, and again, Riddick Bowe in his prime. If we talking about prime Riddick Bowe, who did he fight? A
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
205-pound. Yeah, it's facts. It's history. You can't get
But
around
you
it.
can argue who did Usyk fight. You think those guys would have survived that
Usyk is fighting in the era of the
okay, and
giants.
so were they
No, they weren't. They're not fighting dudes that
they was
on
in
an
fighting
average
in the
night is
era of the best
6'5", 240
heavyweights, bro.
pounds.
You can't even name five heavyweights hardly if you don't, except for us, everybody on the panel. But like everybody can't name five, six heavyweights. So that like back in the '90s when I was a young boy, I can rip off mad heavyweights that was nice. You know what I'm saying? But like now, like so you can't say that. You can say that, but you know what I mean.
Well, I'm just talking about the style. I'm talking about the size of dudes in this
Like
era
Riddick
who
Bowe
are
was a big
packing more of a
heavyweight. You
punch.
talking about one of them 6'5", 200 and something heavy with a crazy jab and footwork. Like Riddick Bowe he
Wow.
would have beat any go to the
Riddick Bowe
body.
was six
They
foot four, 220 pounds in his
man,
prime.
I met Riddick Bowe in real life, and I got he's massive. Well, I ain't that tall, but still. Like his hands could cover my whole face. Like he was a big guy. You know what I'm saying? I sat with Riddick Bowe at the fights. I'm telling you,
Did Riddick
that's a
Bowe
big
fight?
dude.
Has Riddick Bowe ever fought a southpaw?
Man, I probably would have to dig back into that.
He has not. That's the answer. No. Wait, maybe was Galata a southpaw?
No, I don't think so.
Nah, he was a nut puncher.
Then no.
Who
That's the
that's
answer.
No.
Price?
Yeah.
Price, you got some of these?
What, homie?
Look
What's
at the
up?
screen.
What
What's
is
up,
the?
Ja?
Oh, you don't even know what they
I
is. You
can't. I
got
can't. No, no, no. You.
They
So those
can't
are my
make
brother
them out.
Ja.
It's too small.
Yeah, it's too small, Job. What are they?
they
That's
some
on my
11.
brothers.
They the baby blue. They the
11s.
baby blue is you disrespecting something.
I'm a
Before you
diehard
start
Tar Heel
doing
fan, so
before you start disrespecting, man, you better stop it.
And
I,
by
I,
the way, Pop, I love you to death, man. You my guy. I apologize for earlier. I got out of order. That's my fault. I
I
apologize. I
didn't want to
really love you to
request.
death.
I want people to do that type of stuff naturally. So I'm glad you did that, Mark.
yeah, Mark, that was dope,
Because
Mark.
No, I
you
love
know,
Pop to death though. That's my I known him for years. It's not like that's my
Hey,
guy
this
for
what
real.
happens.
I
You
but
be
love
in
you
the
him.
gotta understand
barbershop and you argue.
yeah, when you say stuff, Mark, is controversial. People going to
Mhm.
challenge it, but at the end of the day,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, our relationship's gonna go deeper than a
Man, you can leave
conversation.
Marky alone, man. He good.
Nah, 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 nah,
He
nah.
good. That with me.
No, no, smoke.
He did the right
Hold
thing.
on.
He
Be
can leave
yeah,
him alone,
because
man.
at the
He
end of the
good. He
day,
good.
we get comfortable. We don't need to be too comfortable to disrespect our brothers. Because
Hmm.
if it was somebody else, they'll lay you down, and
Hmm.
then and don't think nothing and don't think twice about you. So we
No, but
ain't gonna do
Marky,
that.
don't let
Damn,
nobody
no, we
talk
ain't
about
gonna
me
lay
somewhere
nobody
else, man.
down. We just threw them Jordans to the ground. Man. You know what I'm saying?
That
Though,
dude
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying? Boom, how
Well,
what
no,
I'm
And Marky
saying?
don't let nobody.
I don't apologize for the baby blue disrespect. I'm a dark blue. I'm a Duke fan, so I
Yeah,
don't
you
apologize for that.
Yeah,
and
There you
that's
go.
why you in the
yeah. But you know
situations you
what?
be in.
You know
You a
what?
Duke
Now you got
fan.
to get back on Marky for being a Duke fan. Yeah, yeah. I'm
Now
glad
see
y'all
now,
lost.
now
Yeah.
don't now Mark, this one you putting dirt on us. You putting dirt on the Duke, man. You ain't never even been in North Carolina. You gonna talk about Duke.
I've been in North
Uh
Carolina. My friend brought me
Come
out
on,
there once.
man. Oh, one
I used
time.
to live down the street
I
from
ain't been to
Duke.
Winston, but I've been to North Carolina.
Yeah, Winston is where Wake Forest is. Raleigh is where Duke is.
No, Durham is what Duke
Raleigh
is.
and
No,
well, yeah,
no,
Durham,
no, no,
excuse
no.
me, but
Durham.
Durham
Oh,
and Chapel
Raleigh.
Don't
Hill.
get it that you disrespecting them three.
Okay, fair enough.
You can't get Durham mixed up with a ride. They'll take that personal.
Word.
I
Uh,
know they will.
you
You're right.
can't do
All
that,
right, that's
homie.
all
Word.
good.
Cause the
That's all good.
Bull
Manhattan and
City
Harlem.
ain't Raleigh, homie. Trust me.
Word. It's like Manhattan and
Damn,
Harlem.
definitely not.
Hmm. Yeah,
Definitely
that's
not.
where my condo is in Raleigh.
But
You feel me? Not in the
who
Bull.
got the better athletes? Raleigh or Durham?
Mm, They all go play Raleigh because they're schools,
Yeah,
so it don't
exactly.
matter. But they be from Durham. Like David Noel, my
Yeah.
man David Noel made it all the way to the league, bro. He made it
They
to
be
the.
from
You know what I'm
everywhere,
saying?
bro. But it'd be hard. Like
They ain't got more
it'd be
hoopers than
rough getting out of
Greensboro.
Durham, bro. It'd be
Who?
rough.
Raleigh, Durham, any of it. We can
Mm,
go player for player.
nah. You might be on to something there, but they don't know about that. Don't lose don't lose the show.
Hold on, how you know so
And
much though? B three
another thing,
like in
Crush.
that short
Crush, you
amount of
remember?
time, yo.
Huh?
Say that again.
No, I was
How
just
you know
Crush. You
so
remember
much in
how
that
when
short
Larry?
amount
Oh,
of
go ahead, John.
time, yo?
About
Yeah, see,
Carolina?
saying cut a job off like it's trending or something.
My
No, how
bad,
you
John.
know
You
so
did your
much
bad.
about life? You not that always saying how much time you
And
spent in the lab.
bruh, I mean, listen, we gain knowledge through life experience every day of the week. But
Mm,
listen, I was born
all
in
right.
DC. I grew up in Maryland. I moved to Carolina when I was 11, about to turn 12. So I lived in Greensboro, North Carolina. So I went to Dudley High School with PJ Harrison, Brendan Haywood, all them
You
went.
trashed them back in the day. We used to trash them.
I played AAU basketball with Eric Ebron, who was and I came up under Keenan Allen and David Emerson. With Keenan Allen, we in the same age group, him and Maurice Harris. But I mean, I grew up with all these guys, Quincy Miller. We were playing ball with all these guys. And of course, I went to UNC Charlotte. I left UNC Charlotte. I moved to Norfolk. I moved to Chesapeake, excuse me. But I went to ODU. In Norfolk, I finished my degrees at ODU. Got a degree in business analytics and a degree in finance. So yeah, man, I'm well versed. I've been moving around, traveling. Of course, throughout the years, I done dealt with a lot of honeys. So at
He
the
just
end of,
jumped in that.
so at the end of the
Oh, you
day, I
put that
mean,
hard work in.
Yeah, he did.
See,
yeah.
Carrier,
I
get
was
out of
just
here,
bored.
Carrier.
I was
Get
just
out of
entitled.
here. Get out of here, bro.
I ain't saying anything I'm well versed. I was just entitled. I
He
was
He
just
said
said,
bored of this.
currently is
I
Hezzy
Hezzy
remember.
is I said Hezzy. Carrier is a troll, bro.
I remember
Word.
North Carolina used to
Prize,
always
where
have
you
the
from,
best
Prize?
Ball is Life
Bull
mixtapes.
City.
You from Durham?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, I'm from the Mount.
I used to live there. I went to middle school, high school there, and then when I got out of high school, I came up here. But I got a crib down there. I got two cribs down there.
Nah,
Carolina, I got North Carolina license. That's my home.
that's where you. Yeah, man. I'm from Rocky Mount. I'm
Okay,
from.
yeah. See, I was raised in Goldsboro.
Yeah,
So
y'all.
bam.
Yeah, you got to be
Like when I was a kid, I went to Eastern Wayne for a little bit.
okay. Y'all was pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. So when I went
I'm
out
saying when I
there,
say pretty good, I'm being an understatement, but you know what I'm
nah,
saying.
no, no doubt, no doubt. Like I grew up in one of the first black neighborhoods of his. It was one of the first of its kind in Goldsboro. You know what I'm saying? So I love North Carolina. You know what I mean? I was just down North Carolina at Easter. Like I said, I got a condo in North Carolina, so I'm down there. North Carolina, that's like, but up here, I got a phone call. Up
Yeah.
here is where the money is. You know what I'm saying? So I be in Philly and Jersey. I'm
Nah,
everywhere.
you talk different when you from Harlem, carrier. You'll know a Harlem you'll know a Harlem dude for real.
Yeah, I was born in Philly though. I went to school in Philly too, but it was too much back then. My family
Nah,
wasn't having that.
your parents did right.
They
Every
was not having that.
going down south and
I'd have been too bad.
making
They
sure you
buck
live
wild.
But I
and then
came
leave.
up here all my life though, and I did crazy stuff in the city though. But I love my city though. I
See,
love
I
both
just
my cities.
landed. I just landed on Plymouth Rock again. How all of these living legends, underrated ones anyway. That's crazy.
Man, when you find out where we from, bro, it's different.
hmm I was just telling somebody about that. Like I'm all over. You know what I mean? I'm never in one place. You know what I'm saying? So, but I love Carolinas. I
Let me
love the
say this,
beaches. I love
and it,
Virginia.
yeah,
Good,
they
good.
I mean, what it happens. So let me say this real quick. I don't y'all wasn't on here. I know, and we just had this conversation the other night. But I'm just gonna go ahead and block, bro. I just sent a prayer. Sometimes all you can do is pray for people. You know what I mean?
What happened? What
And
happened?
What
wish them
happened?
well. The young guy came in here. He asked for some money. So you already know that's a red flag, right? But of
Ah,
course, you going anytime you talking about a young person that's going to school and stuff, that's some, we got to sow into the youth. So I'm like, okay, I mean, send me your stuff, reach out to me, send me your stuff. If I had to give, I give. You ain't asking for nothing crazy, $38. We can bless a young brother. And then of course, when Cash App would come back and say it's a scam, they give you a
Mhm.
scam alert. I ain't gonna go past the scam alert.
Nope.
So that's why I just, pray for him, wish him well and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Three
I was about he
crazy.
was gonna have the $38, but Cash App said no can do. So
Yeah,
Yo,
that
I'll
dude
be
was gonna
real
be
with you.
he was
I
gonna
would
be
and listen,
smoking good.
and trust me,
He was
these
gonna be
and right,
smoking
coach,
good.
because most of these, because a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll cuss you out for even jumping in the chat. We don't even know you. So,
Yo,
on a different channel, you'll get straight cussed out. But see, I'm trying to do the right thing, and
when you said you didn't know him,
people sewing into me.
when you said you didn't know him, I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
We don't need like nobody even know you. You like
hmm
man, you don't go to college.
nah. He
Get
said he
out of
would have had
here.
to show me his
hmm
college
You
syllabus
don't go
and
there,
all of
bro.
that.
You don't go to no
Uh-huh.
college.
That's what I was asking for. He sent me a acceptance. He sent me his little college acceptance to Pearl River Community College in Mississippi. That don't mean that he lying about all that other stuff. It just mean it's not his time. But God know my heart is pure. I'm willing to give. It's not about money for me. I'm not into the money thing. I'm more so into the character thing.
I
And
mean, I don't know, $38. That could go some way. That's like a $15 plate of pork chops and some rice and some beans. You can put
Man,
that in
that
your
dude was
tank.
trying to get an eighth in a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, Pop, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know, Kerry. No, most people wouldn't have gave it to him. But hey, listen, somebody sold into me this morning. Believe you not, I got people that sold into me. So you reap what you sow. If you sow good things, you're gonna reap good things. If you sow negativity and hatred, you're gonna reap negativity and hatred. So that's what I'm about. But y'all right. I mean, that was a random situation. But you can't you can't take everybody, and that's the thing. Like, for instance, what Carrie was saying the other day when I was telling him about what I'm doing and how I'm living, and trying to be an example for the youth, is that a lot of times people talk this stuff, and as black people take what we say with a grain of salt. They don't even believe us half the time. When you say you're a good person and you want to uplift people, a lot of people, they don't believe us when he say these things, because so many people have so much negativity and discourse, and the media, they're gonna push so much negativity. I want to be a brother where I'm on TikTok right now, right? Now, literally, I'm a man of God, child of God. I literally have brothers that are their wives is on here patronizing my product and watching me. People's kids and stuff are patronizing my product and watching me. That's is value in that. Imagine somebody. I mean, the most valuable thing to a man is his wife and his kids. And these people, and people allow these people to watch you, for you to sow into your life, or you sow into them, you impart wisdom on them. That's a big deal. Everybody don't get that. That's more valuable than any couple of dollars that somebody can get. When I want to be a person where I got a friend, if I'm over there watching the game, my friend would say, "Hey, I'm about to go to the store. The kids is there. Okay, cool. The kids is there. They don't mind you watching the kids. Can you say the same for yourself?" That's the type, we got to get back to that type of stuff. Not people being worried about you being around the kids and stuff. As men, we got to be conduct ourselves as men. We got to have that honorable and respect within ourselves as men, to the point where we can even be allowed to raise the children. They don't even want us around the children because we so it's just so despicable. Our character as a group is so despicable. They don't even want us around the children. Man, we got to think about these things, yo.
Hey,
So
but B3, as a man, you ain't supposed to be in that man's house with his woman, but you supposed to leave the house. When he leave, you go. You
right now,
don't.
coach,
You know.
you going now, coach. I understand what you now. You talking about
Yeah.
something completely different.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I said the kids.
Oh, the kid. Yeah, I
What I'm
got you. Yeah,
talking
right.
about on TikTok is women have the money and the gifts, and they're patronizing products. They'll go and they'll support other people. They'll watch, live streams. Right now, what I'm talking about is that I have a live stream that's respectable. I have my shirt on. I'm not trying to sexualize myself when people wives is going and scrolling through TikTok. You see what I'm saying? So if a
I
brother
got
come,
you.
if yeah,
I
so
got
if you yeah, so if your wife on her phone and she on TikTok, you gonna be like, okay, that's B3. You gonna keep it moving. Not you see a brother bouncing his chest and trying to do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. You gonna be like, what are you doing? So that's what I was talking about with that. You should never be alone with somebody's wife. Absolutely not. I ain't with that. But I'm just talking about if, but with the kids though, the kids are we got to be able to be examples for the youth. We got to be able to protect the youth. But that comes with character. Nobody gonna trust you around their kids if your character is hex. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know how to communicate productively, if you don't know how to speak, around children, people don't want you sowing into their kids negativity and nastiness, and being vile, or being degrading. Nobody wants you around their children. And that's the youth. The youth is going to pick up everything we do, everything we say. They're watching us, they're monitoring us, and what they're going to do, they're going to replicate and duplicate everything we do. So it's apparent. That's why listen, I'm building. I'm 10 days off, packed. Everything is heightened and illuminated. I wake up in the morning full of energy. But this is the stuff that I'm focused on, because at the end of the day, we got a lot of sick people, and we're mentally sick. Because at the end of the day, it's based on life experience. But let me get off of that. Shout out to Shanta. You came to hit. Oh, Shauna Mason, appreciate you. Came to hit the light. Appreciate you. Thank you for
Hey
that love and
yo, but
support.
at B3, I know we was talking about the heavyweights. I just want to chime in. I don't want to belabor the point, but we also got to remember them guys was fighting 15 rounds too, man. They weren't fighting no
Yeah.
12-round fights. So that's a different era. That's why it's hard to compare eras because it was different criteria. You know, I seen freaking Evander Holyfield fight 15 rounder against Dwight Muhammad Qawi in the Omni. You know, you think Usman's a good fighter, but you think he's going 15 rounds or 14 rounds with Joe Frazier in 120-degree weather in Manila? You
No.
know what I'm saying? It ain't happening, man. Them dudes had something different. You got to remember too. It was something back then. It was called Black Rage. You fight the dude out of the '60s. These black guys are different than the guys back then. Those dudes were generally angry, bro. You fighting an angry, hostile brother who been oppressed, and he get to go in there and unleash all that fury in the boxing ring. You know what I'm
You
saying?
fighting
And
a
Yeah.
it
guy
was
whose
it was a
country
different
getting
it was a
invaded.
different era. Boxing ain't all about X's and O's. That's a part of it, but it's also about soul, determination, and motivation. And Joe Frazier wasn't skill for skill. He wasn't better than Muhammad Ali, but he had determination. He was highly motivated for that fight. And we seen what we got every time they got in the ring. It was a war.
Absolutely. And my brother Mike had then pulled up. And just to clear that, just to clear up, and I wanted to make this final point. I feel impressed upon myself to impart wisdom. Like Josh said, you got a kind of lot of life's experience I kind of had to break down. So that kind of led me to speak about this. Is that the youth, the young men, specifically the young men, of course the young ladies as well, but they need male representation that's doing the right thing. And I'm gonna leave it at that. They need people that they can kind of look at and say, okay, I can listen to. They don't, and outside of the church, or because you may understand that side of it. But people that they can kind of see on the screen that's doing the right thing, that's honorable, that's respectful, that they can look at, so they can gauge versus everything that's so negative, that's so pants off my ass, that's so cursing and carrying on things of that. They get enough of that. But that's being programmed into them as well. We kind of got to flip the programming with positivity and the right things. Britt, hey, come on, Micah, talk to us, bro. How you feeling today?
Shoot, I'm good. I'm about to scrub this grill off.
Mhm.
Well, the little smoke. I'm trying
Yeah,
to
what you
smoke this
putting on the
brisket.
grill?
Trying to smoke this brisket tomorrow. If I
Mm.
run back up
Okay.
to
Oh, you about, yeah,
110,
that's what I'm talking about. What's the
I don't do
occasion? Or you just cooking it up because you hungry? Talk to me.
tomorrow. Tomorrow my daughter's birthday, and um,
Happy birthday to your
I
daughter.
don't
Let's
want to
Birthday
do.
go.
to your little
Happy birthday
clone.
to your angel, man.
I don't really want to do nothing like big for her till the weekend because I'm off. So we're
I'm
just
with you.
gonna barbecue tomorrow, give her some presents, and then on Saturday I'll go pick her little friends up, and we'll go to like Scene 75 or Dave and Buster's or something. I don't know. I still ain't got that worked out, but we'll figure it
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Appreciate you, Shanta. Thank you for your love and supporting the page, supporting the channel. My brother Ja got his youngin' out there on the bike. I see you. I see you. I see you,
Yeah,
Ja.
I remember them days, man. All mine in college now, man. Them the good old days when you got there with your kids and letting them ride the bikes and the power wheels and all that stuff, man.
You don't see much of that no more.
Say
Mhm.
V3 love the kids.
Yeah.
It's for the kids, man. Just like Wu Tang.
Mhm. They say gonna send them all to Uncle Brad house. That's it. You know what I mean? That's what it's about, man. Listen, if you're not sowing into the youth, you got to do better. Got to do better. That's the future.
Yeah,
For real.
it's kind of bittersweet when your kids get older, man, because the crib get quiet, the rooms are empty. You know what I'm saying? And you
Mhm.
start worried about your kids, when they driving and stuff like that. Every time they leave the house, you want to make sure they return safe, and all that stuff. So that's why you got to stay prayed up, man. You know what I mean? Because
Absolutely.
I got three daughters. You know what I mean? I don't have no sons, so it's
Mm.
like it's different when you raising a daughter, man. It's like you be like real protective of your daughter. Not saying that you're not
Mhm.
protective of your son, but it just seems like something about them girls, man. You just want to make sure they good. You know what I'm saying?
Uh, Definitely, I got two daughters.
1000%. It's listen. It's so many pitfalls out here. So many people that's in the mischief. You got to be protective, almost overprotective sometimes. You
Yeah,
know,
and you
but
know what, B3, I'm worried, man, about the type of mate they're gonna meet for the husband wise.
right,
You know, I'm not saying that. I don't know. Maybe it's just, or maybe it's a father. You know what I mean? You want the best for your kids. You know what I mean? And I'm just wanting them to be real selective and make sure they get, a good man. You're not going to mistreat them. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. The thing I always say this to people, you got to let people reveal themselves over a period of time. A lot of people they come in and if the first couple of days or the first week, they happy, they smiling, they texting you the right way and treating you the right way. And then, they may get something that they want and then they switch up. But always say this: let delay gratification and let these brothers reveal themselves over a period of time. Let them show consistency over the period of time, and you gonna know them by their fruit, what they produce. So if they got friends that's talking good about them, if they got other people that speak highly of them, okay, that's more information than daddy you got on them. But if somebody can come in and just smile in your face and he can get you to do whatever, then that's not good. You know what I'm saying? That's not the right way to do it. So that's what I'm saying. These people, they gotta over a period of time, they gotta reveal themselves to so we know that they on the right track. They got at least a vision and plan, man. Tell me your vision. Tell me what you want for your future. That should be some of the questions that the young lady should be asking these brothers. And if they don't have a plan, keep it moving. Because if they don't have a plan for themselves, they definitely not gonna have a plan for you.
Yeah, and also B3, just like with this uptake of this STDs, man, just like it's a pandemic. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it wasn't around, when I was out there, back in the day, in the 90s and stuff like that, but it seemed like it's at an all-time high, man. And it's like a person could even be undetectable. So they can lie to you and have something and not tell you, just be undetectable. So it's like,
Right.
man, it's so much stuff out there now. It's so crazy out there in the
Absolutely.
streets, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that I wouldn't advise even doing it if you don't have paperwork. I had a situation last year where I had met a young lady, and of course, that was on my mind. I've been on a sabbatical, abstaining, and my homeboys they said, okay, pull up on us, we gonna hang out. When I hung out with my homeboy, of course, when you hang out with the guys, you want to knock something down. I mean, I'm a man, you know what I mean. So, but by the grace of God, the person I met, and I didn't know this because I was in a relationship for so long, and I was, we had broke up a few months prior. She told me she had that dormant herpes. And then I found out that 6 out or 7, almost 6 out of 7 out of 10, so like
Jeez.
70%, yeah, 67% of people coach between the ages of 25 and 45 have that dormant herpes, where they say you only can catch it if they're like having a breakout. So yeah, so it's extremely dangerous right now. And like you saying, coach, a lot of people what they'll do is they'll sleep with you and not even tell you. That's how a lot of these nasty people are. But see, she was a child of God, and she go to church, so she felt impressed upon her to let me know, because she see my mind was already on the wrong track. So I was thankful. See, God was even covering me in that situation. Now, of course, she had a nasty friend that wanted me to still do it. You know what I'm saying? But which is crazy, but
But the thing
she
about
was,
it,
but she
some
was a good
brothers
person.
still
So
would
I
have
was
hit it,
thankful.
bro. That's what I'm.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Some brothers still would have hit it. They just would have wrapped up and went for it. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Oh
right,
yeah, I
one
went through
thousand
a
percent. So,
situation like
but that's the thing. It's just the thirst level is at an all time high, coach. But also these young guys, they not understanding that it's nobody sewing into these guys mental, their mind states, their mindset. When they're not developing, they still are in like a childlike state. Even when they're getting into their 20s, they still think like children. They're not developing at a prosperous and a rapid rate. Is because nobody's sowing into them the right things. Depend, maybe the dad is not there, or maybe the mom is not, putting them in church. Maybe they stop going to church. So
Yo,
everything is
Coach.
all it is.
I'm gonna tell you
And,
something my
and
dad told me,
coach,
man.
I'm gonna tell
Go ahead, brother.
you, condoms ain't 100% effective. I know.
That's
I had
right.
a son through a broken condom. So yeah, you can. I mean, you take that chance if you want to. You
No, I
diving
ain't
in some
doing.
deep waters, my boy.
I took a lot of chances, man. When I was man, trust me, bro. I was crazy, man. I took a lot of chances when I was in my 19s and 20s and all that stuff, man. I was going for the gusto, man. You know what I mean? But I was just by the grace of God. I never,
Yeah,
contracted anything, man. But
yeah,
Praise be
lot
to
of bad
God.
decisions. Well, my dad told me, for instance, my dad never gave me any type of protection. Like, say, I know a lot of time, and I'm gonna tell you guys this. Y'all can take it, do what you want to do with it. But he said the reason why I never gave you any protection is because if I gave them to you, you gonna try to use them all up. It's like I'm condoning them. So if you walk up to your son and give your son a bag full of condoms, he gonna try to use every last one of them. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Cause my dad is co-signing it. So a lot of times, as fathers, we'll make the mistake. Yeah, we want to educate our kids to a point, but we don't want to give them a license. That was his philosophy. Was like, I gave you this. It was like I'm giving you a license. And then if something bad
yeah,
happened to you, then I'm gonna feel bad because I actually put you in a predicament for this thing to break on you. The only thing that's protecting you is a thin layer of latex, which is porous anyway. So viruses can go through the latex. First of all, what I
yeah,
mean? It's not 100% because people still getting stuff even though they strapped up. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Still getting
Yeah,
stuff.
Now, and I'm gonna say this. I'm
yeah.
gonna say
What
this
I
too.
what I
I
teach the
think
young
people are
guys
gonna
is
hold on, Mark. Let me just say this real quick. Um, I had to do that. I mean, that happened to me, coach. I went to UNC Charlotte. Of course, my mom, knowing me, she gave me a big box. I had a big the big the big value pack box. You know what I'm saying? The condoms. So that way, I could kind of be protected because she knew I was a wild guy. That's what I really wanted to. That's what I really wanted to do. And of course, you got your good grades and all that stuff. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean your character is good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just so thankful that I got out of all that unscathed. But now I had a life experience to understand that ain't the way to do it. Now the young guys, young ladies, they gonna do what they want to do. But see what you saying, coach. What you sowing into them is gonna come out. So if you allow the behavior, then you enabling the behavior. You giving them the condoms, you giving them the big box of condoms, you enabling the behavior. You know what I'm saying? How about chastising them? How about trying to do things, or get them help do things that will ensure that they understand that this is not what to do versus enabling the behavior. So I'm with you 1,000%, coach. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, my whole thing. I would just when my sons get to that age, I would just tell them that the same way how you don't just put all your money into an investment because it looks nice, like you investigate it. You know what I'm saying? You do your due diligence. That's how young guys need to treat their sexual health. And I know I'm a young guy. I'm 26 years old, but I'm really speaking more so because I was a pretty wild dude when I was in high school, and then when I went to college and so on and so forth. But the same way how you wouldn't just put all your money in on something that looks good, like it's a good investment. You know what I'm saying? Don't risk your sexual health on just because a girl looks good. Get to know that shorty's character. Because you might end up in a situation, okay, you don't get an STD, but you might get her pregnant, and then that girl's character is something else. She might make your life a living hell, and it's nothing you could do about that, bro. You gotta stick with it for 18 years, and just pray that when your child gets grown enough and they can come around you, and whatever the case may be, that you can make it all right then. But why even go through that in the first place? You know what I'm saying? So just do your due diligence on these shorties. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with I'm not saying telling anybody to be celibate
Let
or
me
anything
let me
like
jump
that,
in. Let me jump in,
but
Mark.
take it easy.
Let me jump in, Mark. We got to do our due diligence on ourselves. See, that's what I'm saying. No, we are men. It's the men. We are a lot more times than not. Men are the ones that are seeking these exchanges, and women are going along with it because they like what we bring to the table, or whatever the case may be, whatever their reason is. It's up for us as males, as men, to carry a certain standard. To understand it's better to have one woman that love us that we can sew into and we can build up. I don't like even like the concept of these guys dating the same woman over and over again, or everybody having the same baby mama. Why are we doing that when there's so many well, the women outnumber us? We see what the numbers is as far as and we know the incarceration and the homosexuals. So for us straight men, it's no reason why we shouldn't be able to find a beautiful young lady and build her up and treat her right, and she mature and blossom into a wonderful wife. That's got to be the mentality. So
Yeah,
it's on us.
but I think, but you gotta think about it, man. Like now, back in my days, man, all the girls was trying to shoot at me, man. So as a young man, that's hard to handle, bro. You 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? You got your pick of the litter, man. You got 12, 15, 20 girls who want to get with you. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't in your young mind, you ain't settling down, man. You just trying to get all you can get, like a kid in a candy store. You know what I'm saying? Especially, and one thing
Yeah.
about it, like my dad told me, he said, once you wake that thing up, it ain't gonna jump back down. Once you wake it up, it's
I,
on then, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
once you get started, it's hard to stop. It's like a lazy potato chip. You just can't have one. You know what I mean? I'm saying that it sounds funny, man, but that old man
Nah, you
has some
speaking facts.
sense.
You speaking
He
facts,
said,
coach.
once you wake it up, it's hard to set up. And the same thing with the girls. Once them girls get active, and they wake that thing up, it's hard. That box gonna get
Yeah.
hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I learned my lesson. When I used to go to Buffalo University, and I got zapped. I ain't. I slowed my little high self down because that was painful for a whole week. Every time I thought about using the bathroom,
Damn.
That's a harsh reality of it. I'm thankful that that ain't happened to me, but I'm blessed. Now I know Shanta had a good question. I don't know if she's still in here, Coach, but she said, "Wouldn't you want your daughters to be with a man just like you?"
Not like how I was.
not
Right,
like I was. No.
How I am now, yes. How I was, absolutely not.
right. But you sowed a lot of good seeds in them over the years. That of course, it's only by their decision, but by God's grace, that they'll find somebody that's as stable and as healthy as you. That can kind of mature with them and grow with them. But I feel you, Coach. It's definitely a process to get to that point.
As a man, you got to mature, man. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause a lot of times, it's a maturity thing, man. Because if you get married, you can't be acting like you
All
single.
right, y'all. The baby's home. I
You
gotta
know,
go.
you know what I
All
mean?
right,
You
Mike.
got you got
Appreciate
you
you,
got
bro.
to mature.
1000%. It's definitely a process. It's a maturation process. We all go through it. Let me say this though, man. Listen, this was a beautiful show. We didn't got into the real deal Holyfield. No pun intended. Now, and that's good though. Shout out to my brother Ja. I think he kind of put us in that position. Um, before we get out of here for the day, we 2:30 in. It's 4:14 on the East Coast. We're gonna do predictions on Mahmoud Fury, and then we're gonna close out. Y'all know we got tomorrow. We'll be back on Thursday, Friday. How we do. I appreciate everybody that blessed the page today with viewership. Kale and Prize, bless the super chat. I'm thankful. Make sure y'all memberships is locked in. Y'all $7 a month. Make sure your memberships is active. A couple fell off. I need that support on the channel to keep us growing. So don't hesitate to join the membership or lock it in with me. I appreciate y'all. Y'all see we got good content. We real people here. We not faking the funk. We just keeping it 100. Let's start with Coach, and then we gonna move, and then I'm gonna bring in Crush, and then we gonna bring in Marky for these final predictions. What's your thoughts, Coach? Who you picking in the Fury versus Mahmoudov?
Man, I'm going for the underdog, man. I hope Mahmoudov do his thing, man. You know what I mean? Tyson Fury, he due for another loss, man. And the way he looked kind of frail, in that face off, man. I don't know if he lost too much weight. We gonna see though. He looked very, very skinny, and it could have been just because he next to a bigger guy, but he looked very, very
Yeah.
lean. So either he trained very well, which that could be a good sign, or maybe he overtrained. I remember him
Yeah.
saying one time he lost too much weight and he didn't feel good. So we gonna see, man. But I'm gonna go with the upset, man. I'm gonna go with the upset, even though my mind is telling me that Tyson Fury is probably gonna win the fight, but my heart is with the upset.
Absolutely. I'm with you. I got you. Yeah, got me thinking about that brother. That brother mad he not gonna be able to get his sack of weed and his drink. Man. uh Crush the legend. Talk to me, man.
What up, bro?
What you think about this Fury Mahmoudov? I know you wouldn't have seen both guys. Uh how you see this fight playing out?
Um, very past his past days. I don't know if Makhmudov is good enough to pull it off, so I got it a 50-50 fight until I see otherwise.
Mm, I'm with you on that. Marky Dang. I think you a Tyson Fury fan, Mark. Break that down for us real quick. Fury Mahmoudov. Oh, Marky
Still
fell
not
off.
there.
Yeah, he fell. He'll probably be back if he can. It's probably the service on. Phase, man. I don't think I heard you say anything on the whole live. What's going on, Phase?
Still not
What's up
there.
with it,
Oh,
B3, man? What's going on with it? What's going on with it,
Yo,
y'all?
Face.
man, just thankful, bro. You already know this. It's a grind, and I'm thankful for it, man. How you
Man,
feeling, bro?
I'm great, man. I was just watching this Xander and Boots face off. I like it, man. They building this thing up from the jump, you know?
I
You
got
know,
Yeah,
sometimes they don't build it up like this from the jump, you know what I mean? But they building this sucker up, man. It's gonna be one of those grand finales right there.
yeah. I'm with you on that. I'm excited to look into it, and it's kind of funny they was at. Free was thinking that the Devin versus Rolly wouldn't do more than 150K, but I'm like, if you promote this stuff right, shoot,
Right.
it can.
What's going
People
on?
have some fan interest behind it. We hear you, Mark. Can you hear us?
You might get 250K if you do it right.
Yeah, if you do it right, that's what they need because that'll get the numbers where you need them.
Yeah.
Because I think that'll be between 16 and 18 million if they can do about 250K pay-per-views.
Man, I got
Let,
oh go ahead, go ahead, go
go
ahead.
ahead. Now cook, Faye.
No, I was gonna say, man, I just gotta say it, man. I know there's a lot of guys around here uh with trepidation about Boots and Xander and saying Xander can box and Xander can move. It's gonna be a really good fight. I'm calling Cap. Boots is gonna
there.
get up in there and maul that dude, man. I
Yeah.
don't care what you're saying. I don't care how you're trying to look at it. I always pick the underdog. Nope, this time I get to pick the favorite, and I'm very confident in this favorite. And I think he gonna go out there and stop Xander. I don't think Boots going out there to box that dude. Boots is going there to hurt him. And it's part of this game, man. And everybody walking around, oh man, 50-50. Oh, Xander can box and move. He's bigger. Man, Boots been in there with Canelo, Yo-Yo, all kind of dudes up in that dungeon up in Philadelphia, man. And he got a good chin. He tough. He got the footwork. He sit down on every punch close to it. Oh man, hey, Xander is in trouble, and I'm gonna love putting money with that B3 when we set that up. Oh yeah,
I'm
I
already
agree.
knowing.
he
You
getting
I
got you.
hope
smashed.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. I want Boots. I hope they make a little press tour run to Puerto Rico. I hope
Oh
Boots repeats
yeah,
history. I
yeah.
hope Boots, and listen, I love my Puerto Ricans. You know what I'm saying? I'm from St. Croix. Puerto Rico is literally a half a mile flight away from where I live. It's 90 miles away from me. I love the Puerto
Here we
Ricans.
go, Mark.
They
You
my
got it.
fan. Nah, but let me say this straight. I hope Boots goes to San Juan, picks up that Puerto Rican flag, drags his nuts on it, and throws it on the goddamn ground in the a la in the vein of Bernard Hopkins.
Oh
I hope
man,
he repeats history and then
oh
gets in
man.
that ring and repeats history what Bernard Hopkins did to that Puerto Rican Tito Trinidad. Put him to bed. That's
Man.
what I hope happens.
He
Oh, Xander
disrespectful.
going to bed. Xander going to bed. I'm
Go
sorry.
straight to bed.
Xander
Straight
going
to
to
bed.
bed. And it might be early, too. It might be about 5, 6 rounds. Who's getting
You
Yeah.
from a
stronger?
disrespectful city, crush the OG,
Man,
the Eagles fans, the Flyers
Mm-mm.
fans. Don't play with me, crush the OG. Y'all a
Nah,
disrespectful city.
nah. It's people that go into their city to think they gonna come in and say whatever and do whatever, and they get hands put on them. They ain't
man.
going. They ain't going to no disrespect nobody flag. Philly people, they ain't got to do that. I
No, they ain't
understand
got
what
to
you
do that.
saying, Mark. You trying to build up the fight, but that type of disrespect. You never know. Somebody might try
Yeah.
to do something to you.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, we ain't
Yep.
doing all that.
And
But
they
I
all
know
crash
I
out,
love your
too.
passion, Mark. Yeah,
They
you
all
don't know.
crash.
That's what I'm saying. All it takes
I
is
can
one
Hey,
hope.
person.
I said I hope. I can hope.
well,
Yeah,
well,
we ain't doing it. We ain't doing
B3,
that, Mark.
I'm still gonna ask you. I'm still gonna ask you, B3. Should we put a little something down on Regis?
Huh?
Absolutely not. Not even. Don't
That's
even
the
I
think
keep
about
trying
it.
craziest
to,
thing I heard
I
in
keep trying
years.
to get
Somebody betting
B3.
on Regis.
I keep trying to get B3. See, cause I
People
love
want to
the
see.
underdog. I love the underdog.
Hold on, let me see
You
what
know,
you're looking at right now. Let me look at the line real quick.
I keep trying to talk B3 into it. Every time I tell him, he said, I was like, oh man, come on, man.
Mhm.
Hey, Connor, look, hey, I knew Connor couldn't
And he
make
plus
147.
880. I
He
see why
barely,
you want it.
yeah.
Plus
It's a
188.
reason he
Con-
plus 800.
Yeah.
Connor would kill himself trying to make 147. This barely, he making what, 150 to make this fight?
Did you see
Uh,
what JoJo Diaz was
Yeah.
doing with Regis Prograis? JoJo Diaz had Regis Prograis on skates the whole fight. Conor Bennett's gonna put this guy straight to sleep.
hey, we got to see if Connor Ben that weight cut do not look good right now. I seen Connor
All
Ben,
right.
he looks that weight cut, but I can't dispute it at all. I can't dispute it at all, man. So wait, what? B3 Tyson Fury by decision? That's the way we going with that.
More than likely. But even though,
More than likely.
Who's the
or late stop,
Dominican
or
Angie?
probably a late stoppage, if anything,
He
late
can
stoppage
knock
of
him out.
decision.
That's why Tyson Fury sneaky. He a boxer that can
Let me
punch.
look at it.
He a
And
boxer
it,
that can punch, man. He's
and he
sneaky.
gonna Makhmudov gonna be there, be punched too.
And
Yep.
Makhmudov, I'm
With
gonna
the right
just
hand.
keep it a
Tyson
buck.
Fury got a nice right hand.
Makhmudov is a C fighter. Like just being
C
honest,
minus.
I
C
think
minus.
even the dregs of Tyson Fury could probably stop this guy. I remember when he lost to Carlos Takam, and they robbed Takam. Then he got stopped by Caballero. I mean, come on, man. This should be an easy fight for Fury.
Wait, Caballero is a monster though.
True,
Mm-hmm.
true, true. I'm just saying that Makhmudov has had some damage put on him.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mahmudov
no,
don't
I
have
hear
the
you.
On
I hear
skill.
top,
you.
on top of already not being that good, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, he can't deal with Tyson Fury. No. No.
Mhm.
Hey, you remember they were trying to say Tyson Fury could beat Muhammad Ali, man?
Yeah, with Fury, who said that? Shakur said he was better
Oh,
than
Shakur
Muhammad Ali.
Stevenson.
Nah, he said
Shakur
he was
said
better
that,
than Ali. He didn't say he
man.
could beat him. He said he was better.
I
Man.
mean,
Come
Shakur
on,
Stevenson
homie.
is a Puerto Rican. I mean, come on now.
Come on, homie. You
What's
gonna
wrong with
say
you, Mark?
that?
Come on.
Why you gonna say that, man? He said that, and it hurt my heart too when Floyd said, "Oh, Ali not a skilled guy." What you mean, Ali not a skilled? Which where? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
he had tremendous skill.
I think it'd be an
Salute,
interesting
Angie,
fight
baby.
though because Ali, in his prime in the
Oh
'60s,
no,
after he
you don't
beat
touch it.
Liston,
Don't touch it.
Ali had a really big flaw. You know what I'm saying, where he would pull straight back from punches, but he
Yeah,
could do that because he was 6'3", and that was like exceptionally tall for a
yeah.
heavyweight even in that era. So I think it'd be interesting because Tyson Fury is way taller and way longer than him, but I
It would
still would take Ali in that fight
it
because
would it would have had to be
Ali had like a different level of dog. It
yeah,
was
but
something
I would
different.
say for Ali, it wouldn't have been no tall big guy like Tyson Fury to beat him. It would have had to be Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? That can catch him trying to leave out that back door. You know what I mean? Like Tyson to catch you trying to get out that back door. You know, he quick enough to get there. You know, but Fury, Ali stepping back on him all day. Step back, step back to the side, move the head, step back. You know, but Tyson, by Mike Tyson, man, he trying to follow you out that back door, and that's where you get tangled up, and you gotta, you know, it turns to a dog fight, just like with Joe Frazier, but it's not Joe Frazier, it's Mike Tyson. You know, and,
Mhm.
and Ali got some good uppercuts and straight rights, but that's Mike Tyson. You better not stay there too long. Yeah,
1000%.
yeah, it'll take him knocked
Um,
out.
let me ask y'all this, man. Well, we about to get out of here. It's been a great show. Now, and we definitely gonna be back tomorrow.
Yes,
Before we get
sir.
off, and well, marketing fell off. And shout out to the beautiful Angie, baby. Appreciate your support, Angie. Member of the channel, supporter of the channel. I appreciate you. Let's close. Let's close it on that because I don't want to get into nothing else. Phase, you got anything else for me? Any news on Devin? Next opponent?
No, no, but I seen Richard Hitchens signing the Zuffa and Edward
Yeah.
Berlanga. Yeah, they did
Mhm.
that together. They did that together. They was like, you know, we just gonna sign the Zuffa. You know, we two New Yorkers. Let's just do something together. You know, so let's both of us go sign together. You know, and
Berlanga, but that's nasty work because Berlanga should was supposed to fight Resendez.
yeah,
I thought he could
yeah.
have probably man. Well, maybe he couldn't be Resendez, but then again, maybe he could.
No, I was gonna say that I don't know about his career, like, but I know Richards and Hitch. I think that he should be fighting the winner out of Conor Ben and Regis. Yeah, because
Oh yeah, on
yeah, he
Zuffa,
be
yeah,
dropping out of fights and stuff. Like, no, fight Conor Ben, fight Conor Ben, dude. You know, it's time to
yeah,
throw him. It's time to throw Richard Hitchens in the deep end, man. We got to see if you're gonna sink or swim, man, because it's been too much chatter. It's too much chatter. You know, too much chatter. And then
yeah.
lastly, man, B3, man, you got your boy from Houston, Oshaki, won't take on Raymond Ford. I mean, look, if he put a demolition on Raymond Ford, how he did with Cool Boy Steph, I think that Shakur spoke. And talking about Shakur, if he don't Ford like he did Cool Boy,
You breaking up, Phase. But I'm with you though. I know what you mean. Yeah, you breaking up. You
man,
breaking
on the
up.
freeway, that freeway is always the
Yeah,
freeway.
let me. I got you, Phase. Hold on, let me jump in real quick. Um, we talked about that fight yesterday. That's a good fight. I think Oshaki from Orange, Texas. If he was from Houston, he probably would have already been, headlining in Houston. But they needed they needed a good kind of a good fight to get him that headline in Houston. So shout out to Top Rank Boxing. Um, we gonna talk more. We're gonna talk more about it later on. Hold on, y'all. The good brothers, they not gonna let me in the show. Hold on, let's Marky, you
My
here?
fault. I wasn't even. I
Yeah.
was
Nah,
thinking
y'all,
like you probably
y'all
about to
good.
close off.
Yeah, we almost at the 3 hour
Hey,
mark.
you can hear me now, B3?
Yeah, you coming through phase. Y'all cook for a little
Okay.
bit. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, I definitely want to see Shakur get it with Oshaki. If
But
Oshaki,
they two-way class, they gonna be two-way classes still apart. This at 130. It'd have been nice
yeah,
if you'd have kept that interim at 135 and they could have elevated him.
I don't
Nah,
think
That
it'd be
that
I
would
nice
don't
been
if
think
the
better.
so.
WBC wasn't such a predatory, corrupt organization. That would be
Ain't
nice.
nobody else even trying to fight Shakur. He better take that fight.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't think Oshaki got
That's
no
right.
problem fighting Shakur at 135. No problem. And Shakur already saying he on both 135 and 140 pounders. So you know he already
Oh,
said I'm gonna shoot
Shocky might.
135. So
Oh, Shocky might come right from the Outback restaurant, whatever restaurant he like, straight to the fight at 140.
and,
What if he did that?
That'd
and
be hard. That'd be tough.
what if he get on Shakur? That's why I'm saying that's a good fight. You know, if like I say, he did
So,
Cool Boy dirty. He did Cool Boy dirty. To
Man,
me,
that cool boy was the dregs of cool boy.
he did Cool Boy dirty. So if you do Raymond Ford anywhere close to that, I feel like Shakur needs to come address that dude and try to
Oh, he
put him
fighting
out.
Raymond Ford?
Yeah, he fighting Raymond
May
Ford.
30th.
Oh, that's a classic. That's a
Ah,
great fight.
yeah, that's like yeah. You know, like how
You
Floyd
know what
be
I'm
like,
saying?
oh yeah, fight this guy. That's how that feels. You know.
Raymond Ford ain't made that big $3 million bag off a monster fight like Cool Boy, so he's still hungry. He's still fight. He's still fighting
Uh,
for that bag.
yeah, he is.
That man, Cool Boy, moved up to another weight class and missed weight by like 2 or 3 pounds. That was some of the craziest stuff I ever seen in my life. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Not for a championship fight.
But
How
you
you
also
move
got to,
up
you all,
from
don't
this weight?
forget that, also don't forget he moved up to 26 and outclassed Figueroa, who just stopped Nick Ball, and that's your guy, Marky.
That's what
So
I'm saying.
yeah, Cool Boy. I think Cool Boy still is a hell of a fighter. I don't want to overlook
But he
that. I
not
mean,
hungry. He's
he
not
got
hungry, B3.
no. He just can't. He just can't beat Oshaki Falls just because he was hungry against Figueroa, or he was hungry when he got clipped by Castro, and he had to fight to the
If
distance and
you
went and
move
dig that
no, but
fight
B
out.
three, B
Come
three, let's
on,
be real.
Facts.
You move
Facts.
up to another weight class and you miss weight by 2 or 3 pounds. You're not serious. You're not hungry. You didn't take that fight seriously.
he couldn't make the weight, bro. Just cause
Yeah, because he
that's
wasn't
like saying
training.
Shakur wasn't hungry against Conceição.
Cause Shakur had fought at that weight class multiple fights. That's not the same example at all.
But all we telling you, Mark, I know you don't want to take any credit away from your beloved in a way, but Cool Boy stayed at 122 too long. And all reports are
Hmm.
that he did. So he was a shell of himself against at 122. And you
Yeah,
already know. Now think about these weight classes. This brother about 5'7", 5'8", cutting all the way down
Yeah.
to 126
In a way,
pounds,
make
guy.
everybody look
Come
like
on,
they're a
man.
shell of them. In a way, make everybody look like they're a shell of themselves. So that's okay.
What about when he got dropped that time or got his orbital bone broken? Where was the shell? Who he get his orbital bone broken by? Was
Against
Um,
that no
Nonito
Nita?
Donaire.
hmm
That was after he came back like 45.
No, he was 38 years old. Already won a belt.
He retired before that though, didn't he?
No,
He didn't. I thought he
no.
retired and came back.
He
My fault.
moved up to 126, got beat by Nicholas Walters, came back to 118, entered the tournament, knocked a couple dudes out, won a belt, got in
When
that
did he
fight.
lose to Rigondeaux? What weight?
That was 122, I
18.
believe.
I thought it was 118.
I thought
I
he
think
had
so.
retired for a little minute after that. My fault. You right.
hmm
No. But I'm not taking nothing away from Oshaki. Oshaki's a dog. Like
Anyway,
I'm
anyway,
not trying to do.
came
I'm
out.
just saying that Raymond Ford and Cool Boy Fulton, at least at that point in their career, they're not the same. Because Raymond Ford is still hungry.
I can agree with that.
He
I can
definitely
agree with that.
hungry.
Yeah, he definitely that's without question. But he got to be hungry. Crush, he in there with a monster. I mean,
Yeah.
Osaki not playing around.
No.
These people think that just because you don't got no 90% KO ratio, it's sweet in there.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool boy. He
At
took a
all.
lot of punishment in that fight. And Mark Edo, what is you okay with Monster skipping over Shushu and just going up and
What
fighting
you
Tank?
thought? Of course not.
That's what's up.
I mean, I never like. I don't even understand why. Matter of fact, it was Tank who said that that was his dream fight. I really don't understand why folks are so enamored by that. Monster gonna fight Junto Nakatani.
Who you got
He
winning
gonna
if they
clean that
fight
up.
Monster and Tank?
Tank.
Cause I got Nakatani versus anyway
who coming
underdog
up in
You
May?
style.
want to put a friendly 50 on that?
No way, I don't
Oh,
even bet money, B. I don't do that. Don't ask
Oh,
me
you're
that.
a Muslim. I forgot. My bad.
Oh
Hey John,
wow,
you
you try to come at my faith. I'm an individual Muslim though. Like don't link me
No,
in
no,
with
no.
no.
I wasn't trying to
Don't
say
no hold
nothing.
on, hold on. You
Y'all
brought
don't
that
bet.
up.
I know
You
y'all
brought that
don't bet.
up.
That's
Nah,
okay.
don't say yeah. See, that's exactly what I was telling you not to
I'm
do.
not generalizing.
Nah,
Isn't that
see, you
not a part of
still
your faith?
talking. You brought something up now. Now let me say something. So
All
listen.
right,
You
then.
said y'all, and I only represent myself and my kids. Like I make plenty of mistakes in life though. You know what I'm saying? But it's like don't link me in with y'all because it's a lot of sex out here, like segregation, sections, and that comes with all the scriptures. I don't separate myself from anybody who's a believer. If you praying for me and you say amen, let me get that. All of that. I want all of that. All my prayers from anybody, I want them all.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I just thought that was
because
a
you know where the
tenet of
place
your
is
faith,
coming
not to
from.
bet.
Yeah, but Mark is a goof, so you know he's always making jokes. So you gotta watch Mark.
I was genuinely
Um,
being serious, but okay.
now with the Tank and Inouye fight, I think that's just like what King Kong versus Godzilla. Do you know what I'm saying? That's literally just the biggest fight that can be made in the sport of boxing. Um, Inouye did come out and say that he wants two more fights at 122, and then he's going to end his career at 126. So he's trying to leave. He's trying to let everybody know that he doesn't want that Tank fight because everybody was saying that they should meet at a catch weight, maybe 130. But
Mhm.
anyway, it's letting the people know that he's not going up that high in weight. What's your thoughts on that, Mark? Do you feel like in a way is kind of avoiding the fight, or do you believe that this 130 is a little bit too much for him?
I think it could be that 130 is a little too high for him. He's already moved up 5 different weight classes. So 126 would be his sixth. And that's just that. I don't think he's avoiding anybody.
Mm.
And Mark, do you have? He said, "Why the man got to skip 3 weight classes?" Nah, he's not going to skip 3 weight classes. The situation was he's going to fight. He should fight Shushu at 126,
Yeah.
and then
Cave his head in.
try to meet Tank at 130. I mean, we would all like to see Tank maybe fight at 130, maybe a Shocky,
Why
Oshaki
Tank
versus
don't
Tank at
fight? Why
130.
can't Tank fight Abdullah Mason?
Abdullah Mason is green, bro. He just got on the scene. He just had a close. He just lost 4 or 5 rounds to Sam Noak, somebody that you didn't even know. So
Why
come on,
can't
man. He
Tank
not
fight Floyd Schofield?
the brother that literally got dropped by Renee Gadon and pulled and couldn't make it to the Shakur fight. Knock it off, man.
Why
This is
can't
real. This
Tank
is real
fight
business.
that boy that beat Andy Crew? What's his name?
You don't
Murtaya?
even know him. You don't even know him.
Raymond Murray.
Yeah,
Nah,
there you
Tank could
go.
do it. Tank could do all those things, man. It's just it got to make sense. Tank has bigger fights on the horizon. I mean, he just got, and that's just what it is. I mean, people, they don't have to like it. A lot of these dudes, they got to build up. Tank is literally a 3 division champion who's had what about 7 or 8 pay-per-view events now. These guys is just becoming world champion in 2025, man. We gotta knock this stuff off. Let these dudes at least do something in the sport. Now I could see a Oshaki, somebody that's beat schoolboy, so that would probably be another division, but he's also a 2 division champion, somebody that's been around for years. We want to see Tank against guys that's around his same era. We don't want to see him go in there and stop a Abdullah. Not to say that he would. Maybe
I
Abdullah
would.
will win. Nah, not we want to. I want to see
Who is
Abdullah fight.
we? Who is
I
we?
want. I said I want to
Okay,
see
okay.
Abdullah fight Raymond. Right, unify the titles. Prove to see who's better between them two, and then maybe they'll earn the right to fight a Tank. Maybe they can generate some buzz behind themselves to the point where they're known by casual fans, not just boxing fans, and then that makes sense. Tank,
I hate
yeah,
when businessman B3 come out. I prefer boxing fan B3. I hate this version of you, man.
right. Hey, listen, we got to be realistic. I mean, Did you hold on? Did you? That's what I'm saying, Mark. I mean, we gonna keep it real. You want boxing fan B3 to come out? Okay. Did you see the Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes fight?
Absolutely, it was a toe-to-toe war.
Okay.
It
Now,
was two. It was
now,
two 20 year
just
olds standing toe to toe going to war.
now, a 29-year-old from the UK, and we already understand UK boxing. Now, you talking about Tank, literally a legend in the sport of boxing, somebody that's a complete knockout artist, is clean up plenty of
Man, he
clocks.
a commodity.
Now,
That's all
what's
he
gonna
is.
happen? Now, what's gonna happen when Tank land no shots again? Tell the people.
Hey, Abdullah might go straight to bed,
It ain't
but
no
I want to
might,
see
bruh.
it. I
It
want
ain't
to
no
see
might.
it. Like if we could see Tank put Rolly to bed, why we can't see Tank put Abdullah to bed?
And that was off the back foot. So that's what I'm saying, man. Did you see what he did to Frank Martin when he walked him down and pressed him out? Come
I
on,
mean, that
man.
sounded crazy. Yeah, pause. But
Come on.
why we
Walk
can't
him,
see him?
walk him
Why he
down and
can't see
press
him
him
do
out,
that to
man.
Abdullah?
We can see it, Mark, but it gotta
You know
make
what I'm
sense.
saying?
Nobody.
Ali had to fight what's his name? Jerry Quarry. You know,
Yeah.
everybody knew what was gonna happen in that fight. And he
It's a
did it.
few people. Yeah, it's a few people it's a few people that's above Abdullah right now. Tank is gonna come. He's been out of ring for a year. He's gonna come back. He's gonna do the pit bull crap. He's gonna do the pit bull fight. And he's probably gonna unify with the Cepeda Lamont Roach winner. Now, hopefully, Top Rank can make Abdullah versus Raymond for a unification, and then they unify the titles. I would foresee if Shakur doesn't come back to 140 and he's out of the picture, that's fine. If he's in the picture, of course, we want Shakur versus Tank. But I'm a lean towards it being Pitbull Cruz, then either Zapata Lamont winner are the next two fights for Tank. Provided that he doesn't take another type of fight, right? So I mean, those both of those fights, and then fighting Abdullah versus Raymond winner. But see, is Top Rank gonna do what they need to do to build up their B side fighter? That's the thing. That's what you need to be asking, Mark. Is this company gonna put Abdullah in there, with Raymond?
Mm.
I certainly hope they will. I
I don't
think
know why I
Turkey.
got.
I
My
think
fault.
Turkey will get. I think Turkey will make the fight.
We got to see. Go
That's
ahead, John.
I don't know why I got a funny feeling that Tank could come back and fight Shakur. And then I got a funny feeling that Shakur really want to get some
that's a real
fights in,
funny
but
feeling.
before Tank come back, he want to get that many fights in. Then I think people not trying to fight Shakur, not in a ducking way, but in a business way. Like what we got to gain out of fighting you. We could make our biggest payday somewhere else, and then we gonna have to wait. We gonna have to press the action with you while you just get to sit back and wait. I think fighters catching on to that, and that's kind of bad for business for Shakur, especially cause all the talking he do. So like, and that's another thing you got to gain. Just somebody going to just trash talk you or something. I want him to get fights though. It just like he looked like he in a, tricky position. And what I wanted to speak on the Zuffa with Richardson, Hitchins, and Berlanga, like I like both of them. Berlanga, he like a he at least got the hood behind him. Like he got
Yeah,
people
Yeah,
like
he got
Fat
the
Joe and
delis and the
stuff.
bodegas.
Yeah, like that's a big deal. So then Richardson, Hitchens, they both, this is smart move by them. Like Zuffa ain't doing nothing. They gotta earn it. I know Mark, you sound like you trying to speak it into existence for them to be dominating, but they not. They at a low level. They gotta put that work in. Right now, they just investing. They ain't making no money off of Richardson, Hitchens, and Berlanga. That's all they could get is them.
yeah,
And they got to put that real work in, like all the other people did to get up there with them. And if they was able to buy Al Heyman out, they would have already did it.
Well, like I
yeah. They
said,
got. Let me say this though, real quick before you jump in, Mark. Paramount gave them 100 million a year over 5 years, so they got $500 million. That's not enough, to buy out Al Hammond and PBC. Go ahead, Mark.
that's not TKO Holdings total valuation though, B3.
I'm not
They on
saying that's the
30.
total evaluation. That's what was allocated to them on a year on an annual basis, so they can put on events with Zuffa Boxing. I understand TKO is separate, but Zuffa's Boxing specifically is getting 100 million a year.
Right. On top of 10 million per event from Riyadh season and the
Now,
tournament.
what you
Um,
saying about TKO and Endeavor? That's the oversee. Now they may, but they got. I guess they got to find value. But I mean, I would see if they could get Tank and David and Yo Yo and all these guys. If they can get them, I mean, you know. But it's like that'll be. I mean, can you get Tank to fight? Without Al Heyman. They're gonna want to pay Al Heyman and then keep him on. You know what I'm saying? Because people trust him. So we got to see. It would make sense. I would see. I would love to see something like that. Go ahead, Mark.
no, all I'm saying is, and Jai is correct. It's not there yet. You still in the beginning phases. The Ali Act has still not been reformed as of yet to the degree that Dana White wants it. It still has not been passed. So you're still in the beginning stages of the business. The USA boxing tournament, they still in negotiations to buy them out for the media rights, which would be their farm system for the future. Like, all I'm saying is this stuff is gonna happen. They have the resources, they have the capital, the money backers, and I'm just saying this based off of everything else I've seen with the Saudis and with the Emiratis and with every other industry they insert themselves into. They take over. Literally, just the deal you saw the other day with Paramount Plus and Warner Bros. That's a Saudi backed deal. They putting up
Take it.
almost 50% of the capital of that $110 billion deal. The same thing
Hey,
we saw
Mark,
with EA
Marky.
Sports in the gaming and the um um and the arts industry. They put up almost 60% of the $50 billion bag to buy them out. And they
Hey,
did that in
Marky.
corporation with Jared Kushner. What?
Take your foresight a step further and give a time, like a time, how long it'll take.
I can't hear what you said.
I said,
What you said?
take your foresight a step further and give it a time. Like, how long you think it'll take for them to get where you saying they gonna get?
Probably a couple years, maybe 2 to 5. And they got the right guy running Zuffa. They got Dana White. I saw Dana White take over a whole industry before. And if PBC is coming into the UBO business, they're gonna be playing on Dana White's terms. That's just why I think. And then it's like we've seen Al Heyman's business portfolio. He pivoted. Well, I ain't gonna say his business, his music, management or promotion career was dying. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna just say he pivoted to an industry in boxing at a time when you had Shane Mosley and Floyd May. Well, no, he was Al was with Vernon Forrest, right?
Andre Berto. But yeah,
No,
Vernon
he was
Forrest.
with
Yeah.
Vernon Forrest, wasn't
Back
he?
in the day, yes. Yes. But he started Andre Berto and Floyd. But yeah, he was with Vernon Forrest, I believe.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I'm saying. Al pivoted to that industry at a time when money was coming in by the truckloads. And
yeah.
right now, money is not coming in by the truckloads for PBC in this business. So I'm just saying, I think Al can read the tea leaves and he'll sell his business and he'll sell his assets, which is his fighters.
It's gonna be an interesting
Now, is that going to
dynamic.
happen overnight? No, I'm not saying that.
No, it definitely ain't gonna happen overnight. But just like a lot of with these mergers, Mark, you want to keep management in place for a period of time, so that way everything can kind of run smoothly. You kind of want business to be successful. So Al Heyman would be a person that you would want to ensure that would kind of stay on board. You know what I mean? So we just got to see.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nah, he was getting Adrie Bird was getting that money without Heyman. Kerry, you already know.
Yeah. Now, Andre
Um,
Berto was in some fights, boy. I remember that Victor Ortiz fight they had up in Connecticut.
yeah. Shout out to Andre Berto, man. Andre Berto, a real good guy, and I mean, really, honestly, a legend in the sport, man. Hopefully, but these are like these guys has really like paved the way, and Zuffa Boxing. I don't think that's the market. I don't think they have the budget to take over boxing. Essentially, like unless there's a different, like you said, like if they TKO was to purchase PBC or purchase, another entity, because what they're gonna need is they're gonna need to shake it up. They may have to wait a year for like the Devin and Ryan to happen, they may have to wait for uh certain fights to already happen, Shakur and Tank, the biggest fights in boxing to happen, and then sign some of these sign the winner, sign the top guys. With the next after that, sign
Hey,
Abdul.
B3, you
Yes,
you
sir.
know Birdo? And just
Uh,
tell him what it is, man. I see you looking at my stories, man. Is you trying to do some business or something?
now
What it
Yeah,
is
Berto.
with Birdo? I like Birdo.
Now I like Berto too. I don't know him personally, but yeah, but Berto he be on IG. But if it's not him, it may be somebody that cover his account. I haven't reached out to him yet. I haven't reached out to him
Or
directly, but yeah, he do be checking out the posts and liking the posts and stuff. So I be seeing.
I'm saying he
I
be checking out my posts. It ain't even
oh yeah
boxing
too.
though.
Right, right,
So
right. I'm
I'm
with you.
trying to figure out what you're trying. He like the boots that I showed you earlier. He like them ones. That's what it is.
I bet he did. Them Jones
Get
hard.
you a pair of 'em. I know you could afford them, shorty.
Yeah, for real. How much you selling them for? Oh, you
Them
want to
ones
talk
three
about that?
hundred. Them 300. My shoes,
Yeah, they worth
they
it. Them hard.
they 200 though. I like the shoes more for me, but the boots is different. And it's more, you get more than you expect with them. So you just chop it up with me. You never know how much you could get them for.
Right. I would reach out to him directly. I was like, bro, I want you to have some of these, man. Like, you know, be
Yeah,
shot.
I will probably. I don't
Yeah, because
know.
that'll
You
be
looking
hard.
at me? I'm really just on. I'm doing me anyway. I ain't.
I'm
You know
knowing.
what I'm
I'm
saying?
knowing.
Eventually, that you know what I'm saying.
Everything
It's
aligned the way
gonna
it's
be
supposed
like
to.
definitely gonna reach out.
Everything aligned when it's supposed to. You already know. Just kind of keep putting that work in. But yeah, Berto heavy on IG. Yup. And it's just like he all over the place. So I don't know if it's really him. These people I know like Clarissa probably got somebody, working her accounts and things like that, to be responding and sending all this stuff out. I know that's not Clarissa. That's not the quote. Like a lot of times people they had these accounts, but they so far up that they got one of their cousins or their sister or something, making sure that they, responding to people and sending people ticket requests and all this other stuff.
And tell Kevin Hart holler at me too, Crush. I'm saying we in that book business as well. Ain't nobody gonna be able to do it like me, Young Real's daddy. Yeah.
You already know.
I mean, if you was racing me and you was trying to win, it'd be hard for you. Cut. The finish line is me. I am the finish line. So it's like I already was there the whole time. You heard me?
That's hard. You already know. Definitely got the vision. Yeah, Berto versus Rico Ortiz is a 1000% a good rewatch. That's a fact. Berto got a podcast on YouTube now. We gotta check it out. Shout out to Andre Berto. Yeah, good guy, very well versed, great speaker. Um, man, shout out to Berto, man. Hey, and shout out to the Sports Talk Network, the People's Network.
You see what he did to Dave Dash though? Oh my God. He's still
Oh
active. You
yeah, I
don't want
did
to
see it.
spar with Berto. I don't know, he can still fight right now. Oh
Yeah,
my
he
goodness.
fought not too long ago against the Ghost Guerrero. They edged it to Guerrero, but it was a good fight.
And he was to fight Kid Austin right now. What the heck?
Mm, he a little bit too big for Kid Austin, but
Where he at? 147?
yeah,
Who up there? Who you can fight?
maybe Mario Barrios. Nah, that's a PBC in-house fight.
He
I would like,
retired. Let me stop. I don't know.
yeah, Yeah, he definitely had his time. But see, but Berto being, yeah, Berto, in all intents and purposes, he made great money over his career. So that way he don't have to, you know, do nothing crazy. But yeah, they did fight for Al. I think it was last year. If not, it was 2024. He definitely they definitely came back, and I think they was fighting in Minnesota. So I mean, for what it's worth, he definitely came back and got that check. But I always say this all the time, man. Bills don't stop, regardless of what somebody want to say about your bills ain't gonna stop. Like with Floyd, people talk about Floyd this, Floyd that. Floyd, imagine what his bills is looking like. Them bills don't stop. You can cut expenses all you want. Once you get to a certain level, you got a certain quality of life. You got to maintain that quality of life. Floyd ain't going back to Grand Rapids. He going, so he got to keep bringing in that big money. And that's what the people expect from him. Shoot, them hotels, that Vegas trip. You don't think they want to invest in Floyd coming back and doing an event? That's what they live for. They love that. They want Floyd to come back and do an event. So they definitely got that money on the table for him. But yeah, man, listen, beautiful show, man. Great topics we punched out today. Uh and shout out to
Peace and
everybody.
blessings.
Appreciate you, family. Appreciate my brother Job pulling up and supporting me. Appreciate y'all helping the channel grow, man. Don't hesitate to bless the channel, bless the super thanks on some of the videos or the super chat when we live and everything. Thank y'all for the love. And we'll be back tomorrow to cook a little bit more. And build on this thing, man. Listen. God got me, but the devil lurking. At the end of the day, I'm always working. Man, make sure y'all love on y'all family members and friends, man. If you got anybody that's on your mind, check up on them. That way, you ensure that they good, man. We gotta reach out to our people, because you may be the voice they need to hear. You may be uh the in between from them making a bad decision. You know, a lot of times when we moving around, especially on these jobs, these people, you don't know what environment they got in their home life, right? So they'll bring a negative spirit in your workplace, and you'll be like, "Why is this person looking at me like this? Why this person saying this? Why they doing this?" It's because they're trying to disrupt the spirit within you. So we got to make sure we always are prayed up when we going to work and when we out in the world, because these people, what they want to do is they want to get you into an altercation. They want to get you off your pivot. Stay locked in. Stay focused. Stay prayed up. Keep understanding. Keep the main thing the main thing. So that way we can ensure that we continue to prosper and have a prosperous future, and we can keep being there to guide the youth and be accountable to one another. So I love y'all. I'm gone. Hey, listen, we'll be back tomorrow. Peace. Love.
I need money.